Salutations! Welcome to Pod Mortem. I'm Reneé Hunter Vasquez, joined as always by my co-host, my husband, and my brother.
Hi, I'm John Paul Vasquez.
Hi, I'm Travis Hunter.
This week, we're recording live from a raging high school party discussing the 2019 psychological horror film, Ma. This film was directed by Tate Taylor and written by Scotty Lanz. Relishing the idea of having a lead role and playing a completely different character than she normally does, Octavia Spencer immediately joined Taylor in his attempt to make a dark film. While they both succeeded in departing from their usual projects, Ma received mixed to negative reviews. Still, this film boasts undeniably strong and committed performances from the majority of its cast, with a blend of dark humor and serious themes. This film was the winner of our May Patreon poll, so thank you to all of our patrons who participated and voted. If you want to help us pick an episode, join us over on the Patreon at patreon.com/thepodmortem. So, what did you guys think of Ma the first time you saw it?
I remember seeing trailers for the movie, but never like fully watching the trailer or like, it's not that it didn't look interesting. I was just always in passing or whatever, really pay attention to the movie. But you guys showed me the trailer before we watched this for the show. And I was, I feel like it gave away the feel of the movie. Yes,
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. The whole movie. Watching the movie for the show, I had a lot of feelings. I don't want to say in a negative way, but they weren't good. There was parts that I was like, okay, you know what I mean? But also I was like, this is weird. I don't understand some of the choices or like where the movie was trying to go or whatever. I guess I get it. I mean, I don't know. It's a fun movie. I will say that, but it is.
You just sound...
You sound defeated.
Yeah.
I mean, look, I will say that the latter half of the movie was just not for me.
Okay.
I did not understand what was going on, and it just kind of was like, eh. But watching it for the first time, I mean, I will say this, and I'll be honest. I would like to watch this movie without having to stop it for reviews or for notes, but I still think I'm going to get the same thing out of it. And that's my fear, so I probably won't rewatch it. Now. Maybe later. Maybe later.
Maybe in a few years.
Yes. Well, you just watched it yesterday.
Yeah.
Give it some time. The first time I watched this movie, I didn't really care for it at all.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, well, I'm going to go into it with a fresh mind, and I'm going to analyze it differently and see everything that they were trying to do.
Mm-hmm.
So the second time I watched the movie, I didn't really like it at all. And I think I know why this time. It's not all negative.
Yeah.
You know, because, I mean, you have Octavia Spencer, who's great.
Mm-hmm.
Juliette Lewis.
Love both of them. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Is going into this, I'm like, oh hell yeah.
Yeah. But
that's the thing. The performances, I don't feel like the performances are bad.
Not at all.
I just don't know.
I know where the issue is.
Okay.
For me, it's the script.
Okay. I think you're right.
Because, I mean, I think that the things that... It pilfers from a lot of other films that did these things better.
Mm-hmm.
And then the stuff that is feeling more original, they drop the ball on it.
Yeah.
And then it loses its potential. Because when you think about it, the premise is actually pretty good.
It is.
And then what happened?
Yeah. I feel like, and I did read that something that happens was added later on, that it wasn't in the original script. And I think that I feel that.
Okay.
But we'll get to that when we get to it. I saw this in theaters with my friend Charlie. We were very excited. It's Octavia Spencer. It's Juliette Lewis. We were down.
Uh-huh.
I remember both of us being like, what the fuck? At various points in the film. I remember us laughing. I remember it being over and we were like, what the fuck did we just watch? Because it's not what we had thought we were going to see. It was a fun time with Charlie. But the film, I was like, I don't even know if I liked that. So watching it this time, the first probably half, I was like, I'm still here. Like I'm not. And then kind of the back half, I'm like, okay, I think this is where you start to lose me. And like you said, T, I think I understand why this time, kind of looking at it a little bit deeper and looking at the story as a whole, where it went wrong, because the performances are good. The premise is good. I mean, there's a lot of things. Also, there was an alternate ending that made me laugh. I don't know if y'all saw it.
I didn't.
But
I didn't know about
we'll
that.
get to it. There are a lot of deleted scenes as well that the deleted scenes, a lot of them are less than a minute long, and they add character and they fill in a couple plot points that I was like, well, how did she see that? You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, there's a moment of extreme plot convenience that actually sets the entire film into motion. For me, that I feel like the circumstance of it happening are not exactly explained. Because what we learn of this character would make a lot more sense if it was all kind of a plan.
Fabricated calculated.
But it's just circumstantial, and it's like, oh, that's interesting.
I think I may have an answer for that.
With a deleted scene?
No, just from being kind of feeling the same way and then being like, oh, I guess if blank.
Okay. There's a moment as well that I wanted to, well, maybe not just a moment, but this movie feels like a PG-13 film that is doing its best to do things to earn its R rating.
I can see that for sure. There's a couple things in particular
that do not.
There's one thing in particular.
I was like, really?
I was like, oh my fucking God.
This movie?
But yeah, I mean, this is interesting. And I got to say, I was very surprised because our poll this month, all the titles had something to do with mother's mom's ma. Okay, I won't say what all the movies were, but there were a lot of good movies on there, a lot of interesting movies on there. I was very surprised, and Ma ran away.
I'm sorry, but you're like I won't say what all the movies were, but there's stuff about mother, there's stuff about maybe mama, and celebrating Mother's Day.
But maybe mother's going to bed, mommy's going to sleep. I'm not going to say what the movies were.
What would you say? What would you say to them?
If your mommy was going But this movie ran away with it.
Yeah, it did.
And it's so funny because we cultivate these polls and we all kind of, I think blank is going to win. Blank's going to run away with it. Blank is going to come in last place. We do that every time. And most of the time we are proven very wrong.
Yes.
And this time we were all proven wrong.
Well, and I know why, because we were trying to find the movies that fit the theme.
Yeah.
But Ma had no requests from anyone.
No.
So we were like, we'll put it on there because if it's a theme, it probably won't win.
Yeah.
And it ran away with it.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think that shows something that this is, we talk a lot about quote unquote bad movies or whatever. I don't think that this is a bad movie.
No.
I think that it lost its way, and maybe through talking about it, we can kind of see, I don't know what parts to celebrate in it, because today we are celebrating Ma, I guess.
I'm interested to see where you guys kind of, because there's a point, and I'll bring it up later, to where for me I was like, all right, that's enough.
That's the line.
Like, yeah, it was like, I was like, come on, now you're making me feel a way that I don't want to feel. And it's like,
bad.
Yeah, I don't like that.
I did want to, because you mentioned it at the top. I had read some articles. I read one in Bloody Disgusting, one in Variety, and one in GQ. That's the difficulty with this movie, is they were basically saying the same thing in every interview.
Okay.
And so there isn't a lot of background on this, but Tate Taylor, the director, he directed The Help, which had Octavia Spencer, the role she won an Oscar for.
Yeah.
And apparently they were roommates for like 7 years.
Oh, wow.
And so they've been friends for forever.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so whenever he made The Help and then he made Get On Up, I think James Brown movie, he realized that he's like, I'm kind of pigeonholing myself into like these feel good, historical figure movies.
Right.
Yeah.
And he kind of wanted to branch out, and so he met with Jason Blum, and he told him straight up, and this is his direct quote, I want to make something fucked up.
Okay.
And Jason Blum was like, you got it, boss.
Here's
$5,000. Here is a crisp $5 bill.
Go nuts.
Camcorder, make it happen.
Those Blair Witch kids, you can do it. But he handed him Scotty Land's script.
Okay.
And the first thing that he had said to Jason Blum was, he was like, what do you think about Octavia Spencer? And Blum was like, yeah.
Yeah.
but you couldn't. He's like, you couldn't get her for this.
Yeah.
He's like, hold on. He goes into the hall, calls Octavia Spencer. She's in.
Well, I saw on the little featurette that they have interviewing Octavia Spencer on the Blu-ray. It's like 3 or 4 minutes long.
Yeah.
And it's like intercut with stuff. It's not even a full interview of her. But she said that he called her and she said, what, do I die in the first 15 minutes? Because she's black.
Yeah.
And he was like, no. He's like, I'm thinking of you for the lead. And she was like basically say less.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
she was in.
And that this is her first leading role.
Damn.
Which is appalling.
That's astounding.
Yeah.
She deserved that way earlier.
Yeah.
And she is great in this.
That's the thing.
Anything bad about this film, she gives all of herself to it.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's not the performances. I don't know
Not
what it
at
was,
all.
but I guess like you're saying, it was just the script. Because I feel like the kids, everybody's doing what they're
Even
supposed
the
to do.
kids,
Yeah.
yeah.
And
Even the dogs.
yeah.
Everybody does a good
poor
job.
dogs.
Oh my god.
But it is. So I all right. Let's get into this. Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm excited. And I mean, I always want to commend people for doing something different.
Yeah.
Because
For
this
sure.
isn't what their wheelhouse was.
Yeah.
Neither of them.
I mean, they did it.
Yeah.
They sure made a film.
and hell yeah on him bringing her along. Because
Yes.
I would love to be able to call somebody and be like, look, we
Let's
got
do
a
this.
movie. I need you to put your best. You know what I mean? Let's go.
An
Yeah.
Oscar winner.
Yeah.
Literally.
Oh, yeah. Well, she had it.
Well, yeah.
You know what I mean? Me, I don't know how good. Me and my friends are at acting, but we'll try.
Now, before we buy booze for this film, we would like to issue a warning for spoilers. Podmortem is a very in-depth podcast, and in thoroughly discussing horror films, we have no choice but to spoil a thing or two. If you don't wish to be spoiled, please go watch the film, then come back and enjoy the show. If you've already seen the film or don't care about spoilers, then let's party. The film opens with scenic shots of a lake and fields as Horizons by Zach Rogue and Tim Myers plays. A car speeds down the road by itself as we get more shots of the nature that surrounds them. In the passenger seat, Maggie, played by Diana Silvers, dozes as her mother, Erica, played by Juliette Lewis, is all smiles as she drives. Once again, shout out to Juliette Lewis.
Yes.
I'm rewatching the old season of Yellow Jackets with John Paul and watching the new season of Yellow Jackets with myself. And I love her so fucking much. I just love her.
I think everything that she's in, she's just so cool.
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
didn't realize until I was doing the script for, I think, House of Wax.
Uh-huh.
Because Prodigy has a song on there, and I kind of fell down a rabbit hole that she was friends with them and helped them write some of their songs.
What?
Yeah. Yeah, I was like, this lady's fucking cool, man.
She also has a band that I enjoy.
Really?
Yeah, they're called Juliet and the Licks.
Oh, nice.
Great name.
Yeah.
She's
I-
just awesome.
I remember when she was in Natural Born Killers.
Yeah.
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 And From Dusk Till
And
Dawn.
from
Yeah.
Dusk Till
Oh,
Dawn.
that's right.
Yes.
I wanted to talk about these scenic shots because they're shots over water,
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
shots over trees and a car on the road.
Mm-hmm.
The Shining?
Yeah.
Take a shot?
Take a shot for sure.
You sound unsure.
There's another Stephen King movie that I think
Oh.
was I don't want to say heavily borrowed from, but nodded, winked at,
Right.
nudge, nudge, something too.
Yeah. I also wanted to say this song does not seem like the song to begin a film with. It seems like a song either that would end an episode of Life is Strange or
It is giving Life is Strange,
yeah,
absolutely.
but it's not like I don't know these characters enough to wistfully
Yeah.
like think about their lives right now. So I don't know. It just seemed weird.
Just wait.
Oh, okay.
So we're coming into a new place, or we're returning home or something, or
Both.
Let's
All
find
right,
out.
yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see.
In the back seat, their dog Louie seems happy as well. The music swells as their vehicle continues to make its way to their destination, pulling a U-Haul container behind them.
I just want to say every first appearance of a dog in a horror movie, I'm worried.
Oh yeah.
Literally any
Yeah.
pet. I'm like, please be okay. Please be Nature gives way to a town, and the town gives way to a neighborhood. They reach a sign announcing dead end, and we cut to them unloading the car at their new home. An undisclosed amount of time later, Maggie and Erica are getting ready together in the bathroom mirror. Erica asks Maggie if she's nervous, and she admits that she is because it's a big school. But Erica says that first dates are always a little goofy, but she knows that they'll both be fine. She plays with her daughter's hair as she proclaims that they're modern babes in a modern world. Maggie shrinks away from her laughing, asking how they're related.
Okay, so this you know that meme of the lady in the grocery store with the bag of peas on her head, and the comment is, "Oh my God, she's so crazy."
Yeah.
I love her. That's how I felt about this, because she's like, everything will be fine. She's like, my mom, guys.
Oh my
Good
God.
Lord.
And then
How are we related?
There's a deleted scene where she insists on taking an Uber instead of having her mom drop her off.
Oh.
And Erica's like, you know why? And she's like, remember, we're modern babes in a modern world. And it's a laugh.
Nah.
So there was supposed to be a callback to this, and this was just it. And she's like, Mom, shut the fuck up.
I gotta say, they do a great job of not endearing these teenage characters to us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
And
kind of...
especially teens that we're gonna meet in a little bit. We'll get into it. We'll get into it. We cut to Maggie walking through the halls of the school. There are many students making their way to class or standing in their friend groups and talking. She does catch eyes with Andy, played by Corey Fogelmanis, as he talks to his friends, but she continues on. The bell rings and Maggie is completely lost. Everyone disperses, going to their classrooms, but she consults a paper with her schedule on it.
So I noticed the trio caught their attention.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
So maybe we'll have to remember them.
Maybe they'll be friends later.
Yeah.
They're not giving everything away.
No.
No, not at all.
I will say that this, as a person, I know we've all experienced it several times.
yeah.
It
Yep.
sucks.
It
Yeah.
really fucking sucks.
So I'm like, maybe Maggie's not all that bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She did diss her really cool mom. But maybe she's not all that bad.
But as Maggie walks down the empty hall, she sees Jeannie, played by Tanya Wavers. Jeannie sits at the bottom of an incline in the hall in her motorized wheelchair. Maggie offers her help and Jeannie accepts, explaining that the chair didn't charge correctly the night before and it's almost out of juice. Maggie asks where she's going, and Jeannie says that all she needed was the little push. She thanks Maggie for helping, calling her a lifesaver. Before they part ways, Maggie awkwardly tells her, "You too," and immediately berates herself.
We've all done that.
Yeah.
For
so-
sure.
I hate it at a restaurant
Yeah.
Yeah.
when they're like, enjoy your meal. And we're like, yes, you do. Ah, damn it. You're not
Have
eating
you
at all.
seen
Right here, have a
meme?
bite. Have a bite.
Yeah. The meme where the cashier's like, the receipt's in the bag, and you go, "You too," and then the cashier's in the bag.
Right, get in.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
We're like
I've said it. Now you have to do it.
We're like 5 minutes in. I think we've referenced like 3 memes. That's just what this episode is, I guess.
As Erica's first day as a server in a casino, she meets Stu, played by Dominic Burgess, who announces that they're co-workers.
Who? What's his name?
His name is Psycho Pete.
Psycho
Yeah.
Pete.
Ride the train.
Yeah.
He's also, do you remember he played Victor Buono in Feud?
Yes, he
Yeah.
did. And he
Yeah.
did really good.
He did. And he also played John Wayne Gacy.
Yes.
Oh,
it's,
okay.
It's,
He's done stuff. I
Yeah.
remember seeing this dude.
it's unfair because he's a very good actor, but every time I see him, I'm like, Psycho Pete!
Yeah.
That's all
Yeah.
I see. But he asks how Erica's first day on the floor is going, asking if it's everything she ever dreamed of, and Erica says that it beats having a day job. At lunch back at the school, Maggie stands on a landing over the cafeteria alone and watches people eating with their friends. We get one more shot of Erica at the casino, similarly alone, before seeing Maggie unpacking her lunch in the library. The sandwich bag has a sticky note with the message from Erica, "Love your butt, hugs." Maggie smiles at this and starts to eat, but she's interrupted when a group of kids walk in.
I did want to say the shot of her above the thing in the window.
Yeah.
It was giving Mrs. Bouvier. Just the thought. Just a thought.
That's it.
Yeah. I think that's really The Graduate, isn't it? Or something?
Yeah, I was going to say we're not going to talk about the original. We're going to talk about Grandpa Simpson.
Yes. You know.
Spoofing it.
Which one did I see first?
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Which
Yeah.
one's more important?
Yeah.
Always The Simpsons.
Yeah. Was it The Graduate? I don't know.
Yeah, I think. I don't know.
All right.
It was Abraham J. Simpson. But Haley, played by McKaylee Miller, comments that Maggie does have a nice butt. She noticed it this morning because she's very perceptive, but she makes it a point to say that she's not a lesbian or anything.
I don't know.
So I'm like, I already don't like you.
Yeah.
The way that they have these kids talk sometimes, or some of the shit that they say, I'm like, we're supposed to sympathize with them. Like, I know sometimes kids can say some dumb shit, but
It's 3 times, like in the span of.
Yeah.
it's really off-putting. It's weird because we're supposed to like them, right?
Yeah, and I don't understand.
Okay.
Because I feel like here's the thing: you can appreciate something just by being you, just by appreciating something. Okay, hey, that's a nice butt, or that's a what? Okay,
You're
just
saying her need to be
yeah,
like, oh.
you don't need to be like, oh man, I'm not gay though. It doesn't. Even if you were, that doesn't matter.
I was going to say, and that implies that being gay is a negative
that's what I'm
thing.
saying. It doesn't matter what you are.
It's just,
you can appreciate
and
anything.
It's gross.
It's even worse later.
Yeah,
because it's like, come on.
Yeah, no, it's gross. And again, I don't know if, maybe we're trying to capture that, teenage ignorance or something, but it really didn't work for me. Whatever
we didn't need.
you were trying to do, especially with this generation. They don't talk like that.
No.
But I don't know, whatever.
But this is also what happens when I guarantee
an adult,
yes,
grown-ass man
exactly, yeah.
is writing for a teenage girl.
Who went to high school in the 80s.
Yeah.
Because this is the shit, probably.
Yeah. No, it is.
You know?
Fair enough. But yeah, that's a miss for me.
Yeah.
But Haley says that it's weird for Maggie's first day to be on a Friday in February, so she asks if she's a military brat. Maggie's not. She just introduces herself and says that it's her first day and she transferred. I would let the kids wait till Monday.
Yeah,
that's rough.
Does it matter
one day?
Starting school on a Friday?
Dude, I would love to start school on a Friday.
A brand new school?
Hell
nah,
yeah,
man.
Started on a Friday and then get 2 weeks off from that fucking place.
2 weeks?
2 weeks.
2 days.
So I'm not going back.
Yeah. Mom, Dad, I'm quitting school. 1 day was enough. They broke my feelings. No, but
they're broken.
But imagine if you're like 16 years old and you move into this new town. Would you really want to do 5 days in a row first thing?
I'd rather have 3 days to do nothing.
3?
Friday,
right.
Saturday.
Yeah.
No, I got
2 weeks.
Times like 2 weeks.
Like, I don't know what the days of the week are.
Flat circle.
Time is hard.
Yes.
But Haley relates that being new sucks because she transferred here last year herself. She picks up Maggie's phone and asks Stephanie, played by Margaret Fagan, if she's still having a party tomorrow. Stephanie confirms that she is, and Haley types into Maggie's phone. After adding her own contact, she gives Maggie her phone back and invites her to join them, but Maggie declines. She's going to a music festival with her mom. Haley is taken aback, commenting that people would kill to be so popular. She joins her group of friends, calling back to Maggie to have fun with her mom and all those fucking old people.
What the hell?
Oh no!
Yeah.
That's why I'm like, we're supposed to like you in like 2 scenes.
Yeah.
It's so.
What if Maggie's like, yeah, we're also going with my grandmother, so
I will have fun with the fucking old people.
Yeah, you jerk.
well, hold on though.
What?
I will say that when I was a teenager and my mom wanted me to go do stuff with her, there was times when I was like, I don't really want to do that, Mom. It's like, no, let's go.
No, for sure, but to say to somebody that you don't even know, have fun with your mom and all those fucking old people.
Oh, no, that's rude as shit. But I'm just saying,
mean.
I mean, I can understand as a kid, being like, come on, you really, that's what you want to go do? And it's like, no, but I have to. My mom wants me.
Yeah, and
it means a lot to my mom.
Maybe you kind of mess with your friends.
Yeah, but not somebody new. Not somebody new.
Also, like, you don't even know. My mom is in Juliet and the Licks. Like, she's playing
it's
festival.
her festival.
She's cool as
Yeah,
shit.
so you don't even know what you're talking about. We're not going to be friends.
Yeah.
But the friend group leaves. Last in line is Andy, who gives Maggie a shy wave. With them gone, Maggie just laughs to herself.
His shy wave made me laugh because they hadn't spoken a word to each other.
Well, they made eye contact in the hall this morning.
Yeah.
So I guess that's
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know. I mean, we saw people fall in love last week for less.
Yeah.
That's true.
With less.
Yeah.
Did you faint outside of my museum?
Well, be still my beating heart. God damn. But the next day, back at home wearing her casino uniform, Erica stomps around the house, clearly having lost something. Maggie comes out and Erica says that she has to cover for someone at work. Maggie asks, what about the music festival? Erica finally finds her keys and apologetically says that there's nothing she can do about it. She's the new kid and they need the money. She tells Maggie that she made her pancakes and that she'll text her later before snatching up her purse and leaving. Maggie just dejectedly tells her bye. Later, she sits alone in her room eating pizza when she picks up her phone. She sends a text and immediately gets one back.
The box shouldn't be on the floor, right?
It shouldn't.
That was just a personal thing. Eat at a table. That's fine.
And you got a dog running around the house.
Yeah, he probably. There were pieces missing.
Multiple.
I just want to point it out. There was like 3/8 of the pie that were missing conspicuously.
These teeth marks?
Yeah, what the hell?
But immediately we cut to Maggie rushing outside as a horn honks. Haley stands outside of a van, urging Maggie to hurry up and get in, singing that Maggie came to party. Again, we've had this one rude interaction in the library.
Yes.
They're acting like, I don't know. I don't know.
It's the passage of time for me.
Yeah, it's a little confusing because when this happened,
it's tomorrow.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
You let this for like a week.
Yeah.
That's fine. But this is literally the day you met these people.
Yeah.
That's what confused me because, you know, we get introduced here in a second, but it's like, what?
Yeah.
It's like, how long has passed or when was this? What the fuck?
Yeah, and they're all like, yeah. Like, who is this? You don't know? I don't know. It's just weird.
Only Haley has
she
spoken.
Can be awful.
To you.
No shit. Yeah.
Unless Haley's like, look, she's real cool.
Yeah.
she didn't even get mad at the old people thing.
Yeah.
I tested all the water. She's cool with everything. But Maggie gets in the van and is introduced to the friend group, minus Stephanie. She's not here. With the little casual homophobia, Darrell, played by Dante Brown, introduces Maggie to Andy and Haley's boyfriend, Chaz, played by Gianni Paolo. Haley says that the party is canceled because Stephanie's mom is a bitch, so they're just going to drive around and get drunk. She asks Maggie if that's cool, and Maggie is down. They peel off, Haley yelling, "Let's get drunk."
So that moment with Darrell was where I was like, Jesus.
It's too much.
Yeah, I still don't understand.
You remember that episode of Seinfeld, The Contest, when she was like, "These are your friends"? That's how I felt. That's exactly how I felt. I felt the indignation.
Like, I get it now.
I totally get it.
I get it.
But no, it's already starting at a disadvantage.
Yeah.
But the group parks outside of a liquor store and everyone waits in the car except for Darrell, who stands outside the door, nervously waiting to ask people to buy them booze.
Now you say park.
I did say park.
Do you mean they're parked at the front door?
Yes, they're parked like they're checking into a hotel.
Yeah. I know there's curbside service, but I mean,
not when you're trying to get somebody.
Yeah, not when you're a
16.
child.
No, and what they're about to do, this is the worst place for them to be.
Everybody can see you right
Yes.
there. What
And
the
they're
fuck?
smoking and they're like, fucking Darrell.
Yelling out the window, no, do it more confidently. It's like, oh my
This is
God.
why it's not working.
Yeah.
Yeah, why do you think people are get lost and stuff?
Shit.
Good Lord.
In the van, Haley offers Maggie the vape that they're passing around. When Maggie declines, Haley is appalled that she doesn't vape. She says that you can smoke all you want until you're 25, and then if you quit, nothing bad will happen. Maggie looks at her like she's an idiot because she is. Don't do that.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't know.
That's not
No.
how
Yeah.
lungs work.
The Surgeon's General's like, no, that's
No, that's right.
25,
Cigarettes,
yes.
Yeah, we put it on every pack.
Yeah.
Don't smoke.
Don't. They laugh at Darrell as he's rejected again and again. Finally, he returns to the van saying that it's racist out there and somebody else needs to try.
In his defense, that dude was a dick. That
Yeah, he
Yeah,
was.
Yeah, so
Didn't he like push him or
he
something?
called him boy.
Yeah, I don't like
yeah,
that.
so it is pretty racist.
I don't
out
like
there.
that. Haley says that she can't. The cashier knows her stepdad. They volunteer Maggie because she's new and no one knows her. Plus, she needs to prove that she's not a narc.
Okay, I think that somebody else should have said that they're known here because Haley made it known that they just moved here last year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's not as if that she has
Yeah,
a
that's
tie to
true.
the town like
Yeah.
everybody else does.
That's true.
Not only that, I feel like her getting in the van and being like, sure, let's go. You know what I mean? You're
know-
kind of already co-signing that we're
Yeah, she
going to
did.
drive around and drink.
Right.
You're in here with us. You smell like weed just like we do. I mean,
Yeah.
One
whether you're
of
smoking
us.
or not,
One
you
of
do.
us.
Yeah.
I feel like it would have made more sense because we established later that Andy's dad is kind of a hard ass.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it would have worked more for him.
Yeah, and I think there's a lot of confused character moments.
Yeah.
This is just the beginning.
But the smile drops from Maggie's face, and Darrell hands her the list and the cash and advises that she just cry if the cops come and they'll let her off. Haley says that they've never let her off before, and Darrell says that's because they know she's nasty.
What?
Are we friends or
Yeah,
not? I don't know what. I would never speak to my friends this way.
nasty. Like I need a shower. Do I got BO?
They're
What
like,
the
you
fuck?
stink.
Yeah.
They're trying to get you off the streets.
I just don't get this group. Also, this list is unbelievable.
Yeah, it really
Yeah.
is.
You're asking a lot.
You guys are not finishing that. Stop that.
No.
And it's we'll talk.
We cut to Maggie standing outside the store. When she's rebuffed by a woman, they all laugh at her and tell her to be more confident. A woman crosses the street, walking a dog, and when she's asked for change, she tells the unhoused man, played by Creek Wilson, not today. Still smoking, everyone in the van points at Maggie to ask her. The woman approaches. Sue Ann, played by Octavia Spencer, tries to walk right past Maggie, but Maggie stops her. She tries to hand Sue Ann the list and says that she has cash if she'll buy this for her and her friends. Sue Ann immediately tells her no and starts to walk away. Maggie admits that this is weird, but she sincerely asks her, please. Sue Ann asks if spending the night in jail sounds fun to her. Seeing that this is going south, Andy steps out of the car and apologizes to Sue Ann. Maggie heads back toward the van, asking if they can just go, and Andy says yes.
I do want to point out the consistent theme of our recent episodes, maybe not so much The Mummy, but of actors playing very much against type.
Yeah.
And also using their likability
Yes.
kind of against us.
Yeah. Definitely against us.
Because
Yeah.
this is a prime example that we'll learn, obviously, later on. But I just feel like Octavia Spencer is just such a likable person.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
I also want to point out the fact that each one of these kids is asking people to buy liquor for them, standing in sight of the cashier of the store.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Outside the front
right
door
there.
in broad daylight. I mean, they're not even waiting at the back or anything.
No.
I will say real quick, I've had something like this happen to me before. I was getting, and it wasn't for alcohol. The kid wanted me to buy him blunt wraps. And I guess he had tried to go inside the store and they told him no. Mm-hmm. And I had just got a haircut and he was like, hey, Mister. I go, what did the lady tell you? She told me no. I was like, what do you think I'm going to tell you? I was like, dude, if I go in there and that lady's, I go, they see you standing out here, dude.
Exactly.
I go, why are y'all standing right here? And he was like, because nobody will buy them. I was like, sorry, dude. Just get a better plan.
I worked at 7-Eleven for a while, and that's literally, or back in the day, it was in the training. That's the oldest trick in the book. Can I buy this? No, you're 18. Somebody else. Yeah, I'm going to get a pack of cigarettes and this. Like the exact same thing.
That's weird.
No. It's obvious.
Yeah.
But it just, I guess, proves the naivete of kids that they think that this is a plan that makes sense.
If someone else does it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did. And then I took his weed from him and laughed.
Like, there's your lesson. Don't talk to strangers.
He'll never do it again.
Bet he won't.
But at the sight of Andy, Sue Ann eyes the Hawkins security label on the front of the van with understanding. She says that she sees what's going on now. A man sent a girl to do his dirty work. She chuckles, saying that she used to do the same thing when she was their age. Andy apologizes again and asks if she can hook them up. So he's still like, no, but for real, can you get the booze or not? She says that she wouldn't be able to live with herself if they got into an accident. But Andy says that he doesn't drink and he's the one driving. He promises that they're just going to hang out at the rock piles.
The rock piles?
Yeah.
You mean those 5 rocks next to the 3 rocks? That's it. All right.
I mean, there really is nothing to do in this. No. I did also want to point out, I appreciated the sly look at the van.
Yeah.
Because obviously a bit of things we don't know yet.
Yes.
Yeah.
But so there's a little planting of seeds.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I will say this interaction is convenient and circumstantial.
Yeah.
Well, it seems as though she works at a vet clinic. We'll find out very soon. It's right there.
Uh-huh.
So I think she's walking the dog, a patient at the clinic.
Mm-hmm.
down the street, and the liquor store happens to be right here.
I know, but what I'm saying is, who is meeting who?
Oh, well,
Yeah.
That's
it's
not,
very
I
convenient.
can't speak to that. I'm just telling you how she got here.
Yeah, and I will say she is, I believe, a vet tech, much like May Kennedy.
Yeah.
But
Our vet friends, are y'all okay?
yeah, well, that and just the fact that May did it
First. Sue Ann looks him over and says that she knows where that is. They used to hang out there all the time when she was a kid. Sensing her relenting, Maggie steps toward her with the cash and the list. Throwing caution to the wind, Sue Ann tells them to take the dog and not to tell. They agree. She heads inside and greets the cashier by name as the door closes behind her.
That, for me, should be a problem.
Yeah.
They're like, Sue Ann, you normally buy 8 bottles of liquor? And
that's true, because these kids go fucking overboard.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
Yeah. But they pass a joint around in the back of the van, which an adult is coming back right now, doing a favor for us that she should not have done. Maybe wait to light up the joint until she's gone.
What's funny is just because she's cool with the liquor doesn't mean
she's gonna be cool with everything.
Well, not only that, the doors are fully open.
Yes.
Yeah.
Anybody passing by could smell it. You could probably smell it inside the store.
And we're still parked in front of the store.
we're still parked in front of the store.
Like, we're checking in from Yes, we've booked through Travelocity.
Look, this is a liquor store.
Not a sponsor.
No.
Just for the record.
But call us.
Yeah, we'll do it.
Right. Enjoy your flight.
But I do want to note that Maggie and Andy are not smoking. They're sitting with the dog. Finally,
Who is smoking?
Who is smoking?
That too. Now my dog's high.
But finally, Sue Ann comes out with a box of liquor. She sets it down and says that they didn't have Fireball, so she got Aftershock. The group looks absolutely thrilled, but Sue Ann reminds them that this never happened. They agree, and Andy thanks her for doing this. With a wink, she asks him, for doing what? Without another word, she leaves with the dog, and Darrell and Chaz immediately tell Andy that old chick wants to sit on his face.
I mean,
that's fucking hilarious. I will say that was super funny. I stopped the movie for a second. I was like, that's fucking funny.
Sue Ann was within earshot.
No, yeah, she's not even gone yet.
No.
But they all laugh, and Andy just looks over at Maggie, who is in the passenger seat now, with a smile. He's like, she probably you better step up if you want to say something.
Good Lord, you want to say?
What
are you talking about?
He's like,
I'm a hot commodity.
What is happening?
If you like me, you need to open your mouth.
What's next, dude? What happened next?
Andy pulls off in the van, but before he turns off onto the street, Sue Ann appears in Maggie's window and slams her hand on it. Everyone is startled, but Maggie rolls down the window. Sue Ann just forgot to give them their change. She hands it back, saying that she's not some thug. Andy thanks her again, and Sue Ann looks him up and down before telling them to drive safe and walking away. Maggie eyes her suspiciously.
Should there be suspicion yet, do you think?
No. I mean,
they both like the same guy.
I'm besides that part. I'm trying to think of myself as a teenager. I would be like, that lady's the fucking shit.
Yeah.
She's so cool, blah, blah, blah. Like, I wouldn't be like, buying booze for underage. You know what I mean?
That's us now.
That's us now. That's me at 33.
Right.
I'm a teenager. That's the coolest fucking lady I've ever met in my life. No, I wouldn't be eyeing her unless, I have a crush on this dude, and maybe these guys are right,
I will again, and I apologize, but this is another story. I remember that when I was young, we had an older guy that one of my friends knew, who went and bought us beer one time, but he bought us O'Doul's, so it was non-alcoholic. And we, the whole time we were like, man, I hope this dude doesn't fuck this up. I hope he's really weird. Why is he buying his beer? It's okay. He's doing it. And so even then we knew it was weird. But when he came back, we were like, yeah, he bought his beer. And then it was like, oh, you bought his non-alcoholic beer. Take it back. I can't. It really sucked. But even then.
It really sucked.
That was our money, dude.
First of all, I know, but you're looking a gift horse in the mouth. He went and bought it for you.
But that's what I'm saying. As a teen, yeah, even if you're like, this is a little weird, when it happens, you're like, fuck yeah.
It doesn't
so
matter.
It didn't matter. Yeah.
It really sucked.
It did. He
We were
bought two
very
cases
upset.
of the shit. What are we going to do with that?
Back at work at the vet clinic, Sue-Ann looks up Andy Hawkins on Facebook.
At that point, I was okay. Maybe she does.
A little weird.
Yeah.
A little weird. She sees a photo with Haley, Chaz, and Darrell all tagged in it and clicks on Haley's name. She clicks on a notification on Haley's page that she's friends with Maggie Thompson. She clicks on Maggie's name and is taken to her page. The internet is dangerous.
Yeah, it
I mean,
is.
it's scary. She looks at a photo of Erica with their dog Louie before clicking back to Andy's profile. She sees a post from Ben Hawkins for Hawkins Security and clicks on the picture with the phone number on it. She is called away from her computer and leaves. The group arrives at the rock pile and Maggie comments that it seems very secluded. Andy tells her that, unfortunately, it's the best drinking spot in town. He asks where she's from and she tells him that she moved here from San Diego about a week ago. Andy laughs that a week is enough time to realize that there's nothing to do in this town. He's like, it sucks. And then he apologizes because she lives here now. But Maggie says that this town is just like anywhere else. Andy takes this opportunity to put his arm around Maggie and muse, not anymore. And then they join the rest of the group. This is pretty smooth.
All right.
He's a little squirrely dude, but those
Squirrely.
He is.
Yeah.
One thing I will say is that it's just good that they have great chemistry, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They don't. But, it's all right.
At the vet. While she's tending to a dog, Sue-Ann makes a call on her cell. We cut to Ben Hawkins' vehicle. Ben, played by Luke Evans, is actively getting the old wakey eggs and filet, a.k.a. the old thinner, by Mercedes, played by Missy Pyle, when his phone starts to ring.
Fellatiate.
Yes.
A little decorum.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was decorum.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I can take
All
the
right.
decorum mode off if you want me to.
No, I'll give you your flowers.
All right, thank you. After a moment, Ben dismisses Mercedes from her duties and answers the phone. On the other end, Sue-Ann asks if this is Ben Hawkins from Hawkins Security, and he says yes. He asks who he's speaking with, but instead of answering, Sue-Ann just says that a young man that he might know may be drinking with his friends out at the rock piles. Ben asks who he might know, and Sue-Ann drops the dime. Andy. Ben asks who he's speaking with, and Sue-Ann slyly replies, a little birdie, as Dr. Brooks, played by Allison Janney, walks into the room.
I just want to say, getting her in this film, I know that she was also in The Help,
Yeah.
so she probably knows Tate Taylor. It's probably a
Probably.
favor.
Yeah.
I think they said that she was working on another film and they flew her in for this small role.
It is
Oh, yeah?
small.
Yeah.
For who she is?
Usually, basically, her entire role is get back to work.
But it's great.
She's
I
great.
fucking
She's
love
so
it.
fucking
Yeah.
fed up.
She's always great.
Yeah.
But when you have an actress of this caliber,
Give her a little more.
yeah.
No, yeah, but I feel like that, every time
just
she's there,
frustrated.
I was like, fuck yeah.
It's great. It's great. But also Missy Pyle, if you recall, she
Yeah.
was the Nancy Grace stand-in in Gone Girl.
Oh, shit.
Oh, she was.
That's right.
Yeah, she's great.
That movie's incredible.
Yeah.
It is. David Fincher.
Yeah. But just as Sue-Ann is hanging up the phone, looking very pleased with herself, Dr. Brooks loudly says, Sue-Ann, why isn't this dog prepped?
See?
Bring her back to reality very quick.
She has one speed, and it's that.
Yeah. And why man, what a time to interrupt somebody.
She's like a little birdie.
Yeah.
At least she was
What the
feeling
fuck?
herself on that one. Nope. Get your ass back to work. I'm not paying you to be cryptic on the phone.
Yeah.
Sue-Ann tries to stammer out an excuse, but Dr. Brooks informs her that she doesn't want to see her anymore today. She tells her to go home and scoops the dog up, saying that she'll prep the dog herself. Sue-Ann leaves the room without another word, but Dr. Brooks calls out to her to stay off her damn phone. Back in the car, Ben sits in silence. Mercedes tries to get back on the fellation, but Ben stops her. He just went from getting domed out to having to dad up, and he needs a minute.
All right.
Yeah.
I'll be taking those flowers back.
No, I heard them.
I mean,
Yoink! None of that.
That's what happened.
That is literally what happened, and that was still very
good
nice.
time to bad time.
Yes.
Oh,
I appreciate you just trying to, cheer you back up. But no, right now, hold on.
She was like, now where were we?
hey, Nay, what happens next?
Mercedes is annoyed, I guess.
Oh, okay.
And Ben ignores her and makes a phone call. Is that what you wanted?
Yeah.
But it's night at the rock pile now, and everyone is drinking around a bonfire except for Maggie.
Hold on. Wait. What's happening now? Because when we were with Dad, it was
daylight.
afternoon.
Yeah.
And then he made a phone call, and all of a sudden, time passed.
Well,
A lot of times. It's night.
Yeah.
Night.
He's like, we'll figure it out in 6 hours.
I'll get to it when I get to it, okay?
Have 6 hours of fun.
But Haley presents Maggie with a bottle of her favorite drink and tells her to try it. Andy chimes in that she doesn't have to if she doesn't want to, but she does. She takes a drink and coughs. Just as she starts to comment on how strong the drink is, a police siren blares. They scramble, ditching their joints and trying to hide the bottles. Maggie asks if she should hide, but Haley assures her that she's a girl, so she'll be fine. Chaz and Darrell hide, and Andy, Maggie, and Haley stand as the cop starts to approach them. And Maggie comments that her mom is going to fucking kill her if she goes to prison, which I thought was really good. Officer Granger, played by Tate Taylor, the director, comes over and immediately tells Chaz and Darrell to come out of their hiding spots. He shines his flashlight at all of them and says that he got a call that there were teenagers drinking at the rock piles. Like he said, 6 hours ago, give or take.
Like we have a lot of other things to deal with.
This is really low on the list of importance. He shines his light in Maggie's face and asks if she's seen anyone. Andy steps in front of her and tries to answer, but Officer Granger makes it clear that he wants to hear from Maggie. He has Andy put his arms out and he quickly searches him. He shines the light in Andy's face and says that his father sent him out here to arrest him. He says that he played football with Andy's dad in high school and he's a dick. The tension is broken and the teenagers chuckle. Officer Granger says that he's going to come back in 10 minutes and all their shit better be gone. Everyone hastily agrees and Granger makes good on his promise and leaves. The group starts to gather their things.
I just wanted to say very quickly that this is how you cameo in your film that you're directing.
Yeah.
He wasn't like, before he got back into his car, he wasn't like, there's this lady, this lady in town you might want to.
Yeah.
I think she doesn't like water.
But all right, I was like, yeah, all right, understanding cop. All right,
Yeah,
all right.
yeah.
That's
I
fine.
can dig it.
And I feel like it's kind of twofold here that he was understanding, which I appreciated.
Yeah.
And that Andy's dad's a dick.
No, yeah, because we do get that.
Yeah.
And
I mean, it works both, But back at home, Erica sits on the couch, clearly angry, holding a note in her hand. Maggie tries to come in casually, but Erica isn't having it. She looks her daughter over and tells Maggie that she smells like pot, but Maggie says that she didn't smoke any of it. She tells Erica that she left her a note, but Erica knows that she only leaves a note when she's up to something. Otherwise, she would have just texted her. Maggie is shifty and tells her that they were just driving around and her phone died. Erica accuses her of getting high, but Maggie insists that she didn't. She just went to hang out and it wasn't a big deal, but she's not going to be a fucking loser and tell them not to smoke just because she doesn't smoke.
None of that.
But I mean, I get it, but maybe the tone. Let's fix the tone and
Get your ass in your room, and I'm going to need some time to even digest and formulate what's going to happen next.
Yeah.
Because I would be extremely upset.
She should have gotten the monologue from Hereditary.
She starts to leave the room, but Erica calls her back, telling her not to talk to her like that. Maggie does come back and asks how it's fair for her to have to wait around in the house all day while Erica's at work. I feel like there's a big gap between waiting in the house alone all day and driving around all night with your friends smoking and drinking, but whatever. Erica says that she's glad that Maggie's fitting in, but she wants her to make smarter decisions than that. Maggie spits back, like all the amazing decisions you've made. and storms off.
See, that's what I'm saying. It's like,
Erica did not deserve any of that.
Not
yeah,
at all.
no. I'm just worried about you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like I get it when you're a teen, whatever, and you're very self-centered, and I get it, but
Erica's, I mean,
come on.
She's doing her best with what she has.
Yeah.
She's working this job. She's in Juliet and the Licks. She's
They've
The band's
established
coming up.
yeah.
They've established that they have an understanding relationship. Like, it did not need to go here.
Yeah.
I didn't even realize how true that is.
Yeah.
And so how odd this reaction is to begin with.
Yeah.
So again, that's even less reasons to like this scene.
Yeah.
Man.
Because this isn't even who they are.
No.
And Erica even did lead with understanding. I mean,
Yes.
I think that she handled it well. And then she's like, I'm not gonna act like a fucking loop.
Yeah.
Whoa, dude.
That's what I'm saying.
No,
A different
no.
tone. Just,
Yeah,
hey, look, I
no.
can't tell them what to do. Instead of yelling that, maybe tone it down a little bit.
Yeah. And I mean, she's being honest. She's like, I didn't smoke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And okay, I trust you.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fine.
But it went left. But in the next scene, Erica drops off Louie for a vet appointment. Sue Ann is at the front desk and tells her that she's right on time. Erica says that she's running late for work and asks if she can fill out the paperwork later. Sue Ann assures her that it's fine for her to just sign the bottom and she'll fill the rest out herself.
So I don't know what I'm agreeing to.
Yeah.
Don't like that.
No, that's number one. Number two, weird how there's no moment of recognition from Erica in this scene.
Yeah.
Very strange to me. Very strange to me.
God. Yep. Especially
I noticed it later, and then I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah,
But,
because
you're
a big
right.
deal is made.
Oh man.
But she's like, hey, stranger.
Here's my dog.
Here's my dog. Do what you will.
Do whatever you want.
I'll sign here.
Erica thanks her and rushes off for work. Sue Ann stares at her as she leaves and continues to stare at her through the window as she gets into her car. Behind her, the phone rings on the desk, but Sue Ann is just still staring at Erica. Dr. Brooks comes in, telling Sue Ann to answer the fucking phone before just doing it herself.
You can't curse in front of the animals like that.
Yeah, Louis did not need to hear that.
No,
It's all right.
if we learn anything from a recent episode of Creep and No Sleep, the birds will.
They pick up on that.
birds will pick that
They're
up.
like a sponge. But
That's why they were mad.
she puts the customer on hold and finally gets Sue Ann's attention when she asks why she isn't answering the phone. Sue Ann distractedly tells her that she's fighting a migraine, but Dr. Brooks says to just get some tranquilizer. She doesn't care. Sue Ann still needs to do her job. Dr. Brooks leaves and Sue Ann leads Louis away on his leash.
So, first of all, the word tranquilizer
Yeah.
is actually really
I'm
funny.
like, in which cabinet is this?
Yeah.
And also that this is the clinic you're running. You're like, just steal some medicine.
I don't give a fuck.
I don't care.
Well, it's
Answer
her
the phone.
building.
Get to work.
I thought, like I said, every fucking time.
Yes.
Hilarious.
Get to work.
Even the 1 or 2 lines. Fantastic.
Yeah. She's just a great performer.
That's so funny.
And it is funny because most of the time we get these movies where we do have these moments of, they're staring menacingly, but it's like, bitch, you're at work. Like,
Yeah.
It kind of brings us back that you're at work, right? You're on the clock. Answer the phone. But that night at the house, Maggie comes in the living room where Erica sits on the couch. She invites Maggie to join her John Hughes marathon, but Maggie was on her way out to hang out with Haley. She sits on the couch with her mom, and Erica points out that she looks like she's going to see a boy. She asks if she is, and at first Maggie says no, but then she says that they're just friends.
I will say, just recently I was talking to a friend of the show, Destiny, about how a lot of these John Hughes films don't hold up with
Yeah.
certain things. But she should have chose the John Hughes marathon.
She should have.
Yeah.
I mean, we got to suffer through Allison's makeover at the end of The Breakfast Club.
Yeah, but the rest of that movie.
It's perfect.
Yeah.
It lost half a star in Letterboxd.
But Erica tells Maggie to just be smart and to just call her if she needs to be picked up. She assures her that she won't be mad and makes Maggie promise. They tell each other goodbye and that they love each other before Maggie leaves. This is the vibe that I expect between the two of them.
Yes. So that what happened previously?
Yeah.
Who was
Yeah.
that?
You can't control what the other kids are going to do, but you can try to embolden your kid to make smart decisions no matter what is going on around them. And it feels like that's what Erica has done. And Maggie did. I mean, she tried the drink or whatever, but she wasn't vaping with them. She wasn't smoking. You know what I mean? But before, that's why I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
This is weird.
Yeah.
And if you think about it, that's the first time they've ever hung out. That's still that same day.
You're right.
So it's
So when is this?
the next day. I don't know. I don't know.
Don't you have homework?
Yeah.
But outside the liquor store, the crew waits in the Hawkins van as Sue-Ann puts a box of alcohol in her trunk. She comes back to them and tells them everything she got, including the Fireball. I was like, the Fireball sponsor this?
Yeah.
Sponsor.
Product placement. Like it isn't
You
a
can tell where
party
my head's at.
without
We can't-
Fireball,
yeah, we
kids.
can't show it.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it
it.
a lot. She peeks over her shoulder and seems cagey. She tells them to just follow her down the street so they can pay her and get the booze because she's got eyes on her and she can't lose her job. They agree. As she walks back to her truck, Andy is giddy over the prospect of a secret handoff.
Calm down, Brad. Like for real.
Not Brad.
Did you hear what Darrell says whenever she's leaning into her truck with the booze?
What?
He goes, I don't know why he's doing this because she's been
Why is
she's
doing
been
this?
I don't understand his behavior because she's been nothing but nice to them.
Yeah.
But he goes I bet it smells like ass in there too. It's like why?
I
Why?
didn't catch that.
I bet it's nasty. It's like why?
This is what I'm saying. They made these kids so unlikable.
I just don't understand why you would do that.
Oh, that's great. That's fantastic.
She's been nothing but
He
cool
said
to
she's
you
been
guys.
Nothing but nice to them. What an asshole. But they follow Sue-Ann down an empty road. Maggie says that she must really not want to get caught, but they all seem confused when she pulls off and parks in front of an isolated house. Haley says that the place is creepy, but Andy immediately hops out of the van and rushes over to her. They watch from a distance, and Chaz laughs that Sue-Ann really does want to bang Andy. Maggie tells him to shut up, and they just accuse her of being jealous. Andy rushes back to the car empty-handed. He says that Sue-Ann offered for them to come and drink in her basement if they don't want to drive around all night. He says that he didn't know what to say. Sue-Ann watches them from the front of her house and offers a wave. Haley is immediately down because she needs to pee. Darrell is hesitant because they don't know Sue-Ann, but Chaz points out that there's no cops here. Andy asks what Maggie thinks, and everyone just stares at her. She groans before finally saying, okay.
So I do appreciate that they're giving her a role in the group. Like instead of just being like, come on, guys, and then her just tagging along, they actually wanted her opinion. What do you think? You have final say, whatever, let's go. But how much time has passed now?
I think this is hangout number 2.
Well, the first one was killed by the cops.
Yeah.
And then, so I mean, we got to find new digs.
Yeah.
I guess.
Here's the thing that I think bothers me a little bit. Number one, we don't know her, man. You know her enough to use her.
Yeah, and to say her car smells like
her car smells like a butt or whatever. The second thing as well is I think that the phone call to Ben was kind of unnecessary. It would have been I like a more direct line of her calling the cops directly because she knows exactly where they are, ruining their spot, so they have to find another spot.
I think that was, yeah.
Okay.
Like, involving Ben is very weird. I know we're trying to introduce this character.
Yeah.
And the way you introduce this character is like, what?
They're like, look, the dude loves to
Yeah,
get
I was
gonna
slopped
say.
on.
Oh my God.
Get that out.
I can't. It's in there.
Oh, it was.
Nate, you said it. You said it directly into the microphone.
No, but yeah, the introduction to him was weird. Unless it's supposed to be a foreshadowing moment, which I don't
I think.
like.
I think that.
If that's what they're doing.
Oh, I don't like that either. They're like, this is important to you.
It's not. It's important to you.
I
He
think,
loves it. Like I said.
I think the introduction would be better with the scene that we see with them later.
Okay.
At the casino. If we're going to introduce these people.
Okay.
It definitely would. Not only that, but there's a deleted scene, I think, and then it would have gone in a couple scenes from now.
Is he getting more dome?
Okay.
No.
Is it just peppered throughout the movie?
Granger.
What movie were you guys watching?
Granger's.
Let's continue.
Granger sees cars parked outside of her house. and
Oh.
he goes to ask what's going on, and they recognize each other from high school.
Okay.
So they know each other.
Wait, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he went to school. But, you're right. It is weird. It is weird because I was like, oh, she did that to shut down the rock piles.
Yeah.
But
She
she
didn't-
would have just called the cops. I saw kids partying out there. It's dangerous, whatever.
Uh-huh.
You didn't need to go to his dad.
No.
His dad could have grounded him, and then you're never going to get your hands on him. It's weird.
No, that's true.
I'm not saying hands that way.
No.
I'm saying you're never going to get them to he's the driver.
Yeah.
You're never going to get them to your house.
So my question as well is, when it comes to the Facebook prowling, she didn't get Ben's number, did she?
She did. She got
From
the
the
Hawkins
Facebook?
Yeah.
number. Yeah, the Hawkins security
Okay.
number.
Well, I still don't like it.
But
No.
I know the police number right now.
Yeah.
I can give it out right now.
I don't need to go to Facebook for that. But they all pile out of the van, including Darrell, who is still asking if they're really serious. Sue-Ann leads them down to her basement through the outside cellar door. As they follow her down, Sue-Ann tells them that it relieves her so much to know that they're not going to be drinking and driving. She would rather them just be safe, and if they're going to do it somewhere, it might as well be here. Haley asks if there's a bathroom she can use, and Sue-Ann motions her to the small bathroom in the basement. Haley rushes over to it. Sue-Ann announces to the rest of the group that the bar is open. They look around the basement, Chaz and Darrell muttering Jim's like, it's been a long time since someone's been down here, and it smells like my great-grandmother's house. How about you just fucking say thank you?
Yeah.
I mean,
Why are these
it
kids?
smells like ass in here.
Like just like her card.
It's just so unnecessary.
Yeah. It felt a little
And right
weird.
in front of her.
Yeah, she's right there.
That's true.
Yeah.
In the bathroom, Haley finishes up and fixes her hair in the mirror, but does not wash her hands. She opens the door to join her friends back in the basement and finds Sue-Ann standing in the doorway. Startled, she yells out, Jesus Christ! Sue-Ann takes this opportunity to share with the teens her only house rules.
I thought she was going to say you need to wash your hands.
Yes!
So I was like, okay. and
you
then-
do need to wash your hands.
No, you do, but
You
I
do.
mean in the movie.
But
Yeah.
Yeah.
Haley,
yeah,
go wash your hands.
apparently that's not one of the house rules.
No.
But the rules are, don't take the Lord's name in vain and don't spit on her floors.
Very specific.
Very
Yeah,
specific.
that one.
She takes Andy's keys away from him. He hands them over happily, and she tells him that he needs to check in with her before they leave because she needs to see that he's okay to drive. She adds on another rule. Nobody go upstairs. She says that it's her world up there, and right now it's a mess. They can't go upstairs, but they're free to do whatever they want to do down here.
It's our time down here.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I will say, is that exactly suspicious yet?
Yeah. For me, a little. To be like, don't go up there at all. It's like, well, hold on.
The way she says it is a little sus.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's not too much to I don't want a bunch of fucking kids running around my house.
No, you're right.
The rule makes sense. The rule itself is not suspicious. No.
I understand that, but it probably is the tone. But
Yeah. Plus, we saw she's on the cover of the poster.
Yeah.
We know that there's something wrong
Yeah.
here.
But I feel like there's a difference in your house just being a mess and being like, look, I really don't want you guys
For sure.
to being like, never fucking go up there. It's like, all right.
Well, it
all right.
wasn't that
It was somewhere in the middle. Too close there. The lightning cracks. It's just an electrical storm.
Yeah, she can't do that. She doesn't have the power.
But Chaz says, hell yeah. And when she gives him a sideways glance, he adjusts it to heck yeah. But he wasn't using the,
See, she didn't say no swearing.
she didn't.
Yeah.
So
She starts to head upstairs to get them cups and ice, but Darrell stops her and asks her name. She tells him it's Sue-Ann and asks his, despite already knowing all of theirs. We know that. He tells her his name and introduces the rest of the group. Before she can leave, he asks, do you have any pizza rolls, Ma? Sue-Ann laughs at him calling her Ma and says that he's too much. She says she'll get them some snacks as she heads upstairs and calls out to them to make themselves at home.
okay, two things. One, pizza rolls is very presumptuous
Yeah.
and specific.
Very specific.
Yeah.
Do you have any Totino's pizza rolls?
Pepperoni.
Yeah.
Pepperoni pizza rolls.
Yes, and with the cubed pepperoni.
Do you have any marinara sauce, Ma?
Yeah, because if there's no dipping, I don't even want it. Don't waste your fucking time, Mom. The other thing, though, is for some reason I misremembered. I thought that at some point Sue Ann came back down and was like, you know what? You guys can just call me Ma.
Well, when I seen this, I'm like, that's it?
Yeah.
He barely said it.
He barely
said it. And then she did for a second, kind of look at him and then was like, oh, you're too much. It's like, but...
How does it stick?
Yeah, that...
From that.
Yeah.
It's forced. But upstairs, Sue Ann scrolls on Andy's Instagram page. In the basement, Maggie and Andy sit on the chairs together, and Maggie shares that her dad left her mom for someone else, and she really didn't have anywhere else to go. That's why they moved here.
I do want to say that when she's upstairs scrolling on Instagram, there's a very familiar yellow bag. And I'm like, oh, she did have them. Yeah. Very cool. Very cool.
A very familiar yellow.
Hey, we all ate them growing up. Yeah. We all eat them now.
We still eat them. Yeah. Darrell snaps.
Be careful though. Yeah. Because they will scald. They will scald you.
Yeah. That's why you bite a corner off.
Let it air out.
Let the steam.
Waiting 10 minutes.
It takes a while to eat them, and it's barely worth it.
No, you fight through the scald. That's part of it.
Once you burn your mouth, that's fine.
It's whatever.
You can't burn it again, right?
But she scalds herself.
Yeah.
Darrell snaps a photo of Andy and Maggie sitting together. Sue Ann comes back down with the pizza rolls.
She's like, kids, be careful.
Yeah. So what, did she have them on a tray in something else?
It looked like
a plate in a plate or something?
Yeah, it was like a serving thing.
Yeah.
But Chaz tells her that this place could be amazing. He walks her through a remodel, moving the couch, adding a snack wall, a projector, speakers, lights, rugs, a table for flip cup or beer pong. Chaz, are you fucking paying for this?
That's the thing.
Yeah.
You're out of pocket. This is wild.
Accept what you're getting.
Yeah. Sue Ann tells him that she'll get right on that. When she wins the lottery, she'll turn the basement into the Taj Mahal. Chaz is like, unless you hate being cool. It's like, what?
But that's just the script, because she needs to hear that.
Yeah.
And it's very annoying.
It's just forced. Like, it's weird.
It didn't feel right.
He got in her face.
Yeah, he did.
It was like, what?
He walks up to her and says sternly that if she doesn't want to be cool, that's on her. Sue Ann doesn't back down, just asks him if he wants to see something cool. Chaz says that he does, and Sue Ann silently reaches behind a sink and pulls out a gun. She turns it on Chaz, pointing the gun straight at his head and asking, pretty cool, huh?
No,
not at all. Not even a fucking little bit. Chaz puts his hands up and backs away, but this isn't enough for Sue Ann. She tells him to strip. His friends watch in horror as Chaz takes his shirt off. I would have already tried to tackle her.
Yeah, nobody's moving.
What, four of us back here?
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Like, well, let's see where she's going with this. Yeah. It's like, do something.
Chaz does need to be put in his place.
He was being a dick about the ping pong table.
A snack wall? Chaz.
How dare you?
Right, well, hold on. He's being an asshole. Like,
no, they're like, these Totino's pizza rolls are great.
Wash it down with some fire.
Not a sponsor.
No, not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. Give us a call.
Totino's.
We'll redact all that stuff about the scalding.
Yeah.
Well, that's just a hazard. That's
it says it on the bag.
Yeah.
That's the risk you take.
Exactly. They know the warnings. They know it's necessary.
They know what they're doing to people. This still isn't enough for Sue Ann, though, him taking his shirt off, and she holds the gun on him as he pulls down his pants, too. He stands in front of her completely naked, concealing himself the best that he can. Suddenly, Sue Ann busts out laughing. She tells him that he's under arrest for being so dang cute before telling him to put that thing away, and she'll put her thing away. Haley, Andy, and Darrell bust out laughing, but Maggie doesn't seem to think that it's funny. And it's not funny.
No.
He was naked and horrified.
Dude, and even, okay, Chaz comes back to it. He gets dressed and he's like, great one, Ma. It was not a great one.
No, not at all.
I was out in front of everyone.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, not only that, we don't know.
true.
We don't know that gun doesn't work.
no.
You know what I mean?
I don't believe you.
No, not at all.
Having to get naked in front of everybody, it's like,
That's
come on.
traumatizing.
Yeah.
That's that was traumatizing. Just that piece.
I feel like that, whatever. But the gun, if you fucking shoot me, dude, what's going to happen?
And
Being naked is the last of my words.
that's
yeah,
true.
and like you always say, T, about being scared to have your pants off if something bad happens.
yeah, this is the worst. This is my fear on this is my fear on film.
Octavia Spencer.
So, but we're leaving, right, guys?
Yes.
Right.
See, look, we're not.
Literally.
Right, we're leaving,
not
right.
Literally.
laughing this off.
Yeah.
And then having the rest of our evening.
But
Pass the
Sue-Ann-
pizza rolls.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll take them with us.
Yeah, they can go.
No, you cook those for us.
All
We're
right,
not going to waste.
We are eating
You've already
these,
lost them.
Yeah, these are Totinos.
But Sue-Ann turns to the group and asks if they think that she's Medea. She explains that the gun doesn't even work and she found it when she moved in. She offers it to Maggie, but she refuses it. Chaz gets dressed and laughs, telling her, "Ma, you fucking got me." He asks if they're cool and she slyly tells him that they'll see.
I think if he had started to take his shirt off and then she stopped it,
Yeah.
that's different.
Yeah, he was
yeah.
ass naked. He was ass out.
Yeah.
But we've gone past.
No, it's too
Oh,
far.
no, yeah.
But later, Darrell proclaims that he's going to puke. Sue-Ann says that they need to get him outside, and she helps Chaz carry him to the door, despite him insisting that all he needs is pizza. Andy thanks her for having them, but she tells him to look at her. She performs a sobriety test, telling him to follow her finger. Maggie spots her wedding ring and asks if she's married, but Sue-Ann admits that he left her years ago and her finger is just too fat to get the ring off.
Got some olive oil up there, Ma?
For real.
Mm-hmm.
We can get you a new hand in no time, Ma. You'll be a brand new woman. In the span of like 2 minutes, Ma.
We got this. We can work together.
We're a team now, Ma.
Satisfied with Andy's performance, she hands the keys back. Maggie thanks her again for letting them hang out, but Sue-Ann says that she can't remember the last time she had this much fun. As they climb out of the cellar door, Sue-Ann calls out to them to get home safe because that's all she cares about. They debate amongst them what kind of pizza they want to get, and Sue-Ann yells out that now they know where the party is. But suddenly we flash back to young Sue-Ann, played by Kiana Simone, eating lunch across from her friend, played by Skylar Joy. A guy and a blonde girl come up, played by Andrew Matthew Welch and Nicole Carpenter. They tell Sue-Ann that they're planning on hanging out at the rock pile tonight and having a few beers. They invite her to come with them, and she says that it sounds cool. The guy says that he'll see them tonight and leaves. Sue-Ann's friend offers that it'll be fun, but Sue-Ann only responds with a nervous chuckle. Back in present day, Sue-Ann looks after the teens with her eyes full of hope.
So she got invited to a party?
Yes.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm uncertain how I feel about the piecemealing of these flashbacks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I won't lie. I'm not a big fan of them. This one was just a little weird because this is all it is.
Just
Yeah.
it.
Just the invitation.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
But Maggie comes back home to Erica sleeping on the couch. Erica asks if she had fun, and Maggie giggles, saying that it was cool and no big deal before quickly leaving the room. She looks out the back door at Andy, who stands outside of his van, waiting to make sure that she got in okay. They smile at each other before he gets back in the vehicle.
That's sweet.
It is.
Yeah.
Back at Sue-Ann's house the next day, she finds her old high school yearbook. She flips to her own picture before setting the book back down. She looks up Maggie on Facebook and scrolls until she finds a picture of Erica in her casino uniform. We immediately cut to Sue-Ann sitting at a slot machine at the casino. She watches as Stu helps Erica properly load her tray. Erica takes it over to a table where a group of people are playing maybe blackjack. I couldn't tell. Mm-hmm. Among the group of players are Ben and Mercedes. Mercedes is loudly proclaiming that something is bullshit when Erica comes over, but she gladly takes 2 wine glasses from her tray, despite Erica telling her that it's not hers. And just a sidebar, don't ever take anything off of a server's tray. Just don't do that. They're balanced a certain way. You're going to make either yourself or the server wear whatever is on that. Don't do that. Anyway.
Well, I don't know how it's carried at all.
Exactly.
Yeah, no,
that's the
shit is
magic.
And
hard.
very specifically, don't do
it.
that. And I was like, she's going to drop everything.
Yeah. Oh, man.
And all the drinks are prescribed already. Like these are for these are for certain people.
But this is when Mercedes recognizes her as Erica fucking Thompson. She jumps up and Erica recognizes her and tells her hi. Before taking a drink of the stolen wine, Mercedes asks what happened to her. Didn't she go to California thinking she was going to like make it?
I think you've had enough.
Literally.
Yeah. Get her out of here.
Yeah.
Erica says that she got married, moved to California, and her marriage didn't make it. She says that she heard Mercedes' marriage didn't make it either. Mercedes happily confirms this and tells Ben to look at who's here. Erica and Ben tell each other hello as Sue-Ann watches with bated breath. Mercedes asks her, "You're not working here, are you?" Erica looks down at her uniform and sarcastically tells her no, she doesn't work here. She just likes to wear this every day and help the bar out. She asks if she can have the glasses back. Ben starts to hand his back, but Mercedes stops him. She sets the story straight. So Erica left and then had to come back here? That's so sad.
This is like so hurtful.
This is a nightmare. This is a literal like a nightmare.
You're working and providing and doing what needs to be done to put food on the table and pay the bills. Fuck that lady.
Yes.
Literally. And as someone who works in the industry, this was like this. I'm like, I hate you.
Yeah.
Like this was infuriating.
And on the cool, I don't want to be you because you know what? Everybody's looking at you like you're a fucking dumbass.
Because
not
you
me.
are a fucking dumbass.
Yeah.
Well, no, yeah.
You're showing that
Yes.
pretty clearly. I did want to say Erica's answer about the uniform was very sitcom, but I loved it.
It was great because are you fucking? I'm carrying a tray and I'm wearing the uniform.
Yes.
What do you mean?
Right. Oh, it's community service. Yeah.
I'm just cosplaying.
Yeah.
No,
It's like, what are you talking about?
killed the last lady that that talked shit about my job.
But the security guard, Pietro, played by Victor Turpin, comes over and tells Ben that either he needs to get Mercedes out of here or he will. Mercedes causes an entire scene, yelling and cussing until finally leaving. Ben apologizes to Erica and says that it was good to see her. He tips her a chip and then leaves after Mercedes. A poker chip, not a Dorito.
Right, here's flaming hot.
Yeah.
Need to take
Thank you.
Oh, shit.
No, take two.
Yeah.
My thing about this, two things that I don't really like about this scene.
Yes.
Obviously, aside from Mercedes' behavior.
Yeah.
Number one, the plot convenience of Ma being here for this.
She saw that she was in the uniform, so
She
she
did,
happened to be there
but
on the day.
On this day.
Yeah. No,
That's a lot. The second thing is the matter of Ben's character not exactly lining up.
Yeah, because he's nice here.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he's nice a few times.
Yeah.
And so I feel like, granted, there's no reason for him to be mean to Erica.
Of course.
But if we're trying to establish how much of a dick he is, why is he going to be tipping her Doritos?
Yeah.
Mercedes is the villain.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But they both,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
So I'm a little confused.
But visibly upset, Erica composes herself before returning back to work, and Sue-Ann watches all of this with no expression. Back at the house, Stu comes to pick Erica up for a training seminar. She introduces him to Maggie. She leaves Maggie $80, takeout menus, and the number to the hotel where they'll be staying. She only asks that no one come over while she's gone. Maggie assures her that they won't, but I'm not her mom, and even I don't believe her. Erica tells her that she's trusting her. They hug, and Erica assures Maggie that she will be fine.
This is another kind of hilarious bit of plot convenience.
Yeah.
So like, there's only 2 houses that we could go to. Erica said that ours is out.
Yeah.
What does that leave?
Yeah.
What does it leave?
Somewhere else, Sue-Ann sits in her truck outside. Mercedes prances out of her house and stretches as she starts her run. Sue-Ann watches. And it seemed to me here that Sue-Ann is trailing Mercedes because Mercedes was so rude to Erica.
Yes.
It seems like she's protecting Erica.
So
I'll continue.
Okay.
Yeah.
Outside of the school, Haley pressures Maggie to invite them over because her mom is like 10 states away. Maggie says that she would, but they're not even unpacked. There's nothing to do. They start to get into Andy's van, but Chaz spots a box sitting in front of it. He asserts that he's not touching it. Darrell even ponders, what if it's a bomb? With her phone in her hands, Sue-Ann listens to this interaction from behind a nearby wall. There's a lot of like walls and trees to hide behind at the school, which is quite concerning.
Yes.
I will say two things very quickly. I realized I'm like the king of the two things. I don't know why. I don't know why I do that.
Things. Right, call me 2 times.
But so ridiculous.
Two thing, Travis.
Yeah. The first thing is whenever they see the box, and they posit it could be a bomb. Very teenage reactions because one of them goes, "That would suck so hard."
It would.
Yeah, it would. It would suck, dude. Like, yeah. The other thing is the split diopter shot.
Yeah.
Where we're both in focus on Ma, Sue-Ann.
Yeah.
Sue-Ann right now.
Yeah, I've never been in that basement. And the van.
Yeah.
Which makes me think of Brian De Palma, which makes me think of Carrie.
Okay,
all right.
So I'm like...
that's another Stephen King as well.
Yeah.
You know, I think it had to be intentional.
It
has to be.
Yeah.
But this is weird, right, guys?
Oh, yeah.
It's so weird.
We can all agree.
Weird.
It would suck so hard.
Andy reads the note on the box. Love, Ma. Suddenly, they receive a video message from Sue-Ann on their phones. She tells them that she was just thinking, why wait for the weekend? She says that it's 5 o'clock somewhere and cackles. Everyone is tickled by the message and thrilled by the booze, but Maggie stops to wonder how she got their phone numbers.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I gotta admit, the cackle's endearing. It made me laugh.
It is. It's great. Chaz says that Haley gives it to everyone when she's drunk, and Haley can't deny that. Sue-Ann smiles as she listens to Haley sing, "To Ma's house we go." They pile into Andy's van. At Sue-Ann's house that night, the yard is full of vehicles and teens. As Andy and Maggie enter the party in the basement, they can't help but notice how much nicer everything looks. Sue-Ann brings them wings. I'm like...
Yeah.
Damn.
Maggie says, "No, thank you, Sue-Ann." But Sue-Ann stops her. She tells her, "No. Around here, you call me Ma."
Do we?
It's official.
And so shall we.
Yeah.
Yes. Sidebar, I realize I know we're not at the school anymore, but we really need to make mention of these kids going through a box of liquor on school grounds.
Yeah.
That's unbelievable. That's unbelievable.
That's crazy.
Because they're just like, "Oh, my favorite.
Yeah.
Oh, my favorite, y'all." And like, it's a lot.
Not Sal. A box of liquor.
Yes.
There
What?
was a bunch of shit in
But
there.
the thing is, if
and my
she's...
favorite Chewy.
Yeah.
They're all here.
if you're getting them to come to your house, you don't give them the alcohol. You send the video message and say, "Look what I got," or whatever. Like, that was really reckless.
Yeah.
To leave that
Security
at the
is
school.
like, "What the fuck is this?" Just a box of liquor in front of Andy's van?
Yeah.
Andy, get your ass in the
I'm
principal's
calling
office.
your dick father.
Everybody knows he's a dick.
Yeah.
We all went to school together. But she smiles and hugs Maggie for an uncomfortably long time. She finally lets go, and Haley, Chaz, and Darrell enter the room. Haley compliments Ma's outfit and says, "Let's get filthy." Ma is... Call her ranch because she'd be dressing. What is that, like velvet?
Yeah.
And she's got a like matching hat. Like
yeah.
she's doing it, okay? But this is music to Ma's ears. She goes around the room mingling with the other teens. Later, Maggie spots Ashley, played by Heather Marie Pate, passed out on the couch. She proposes that they wake her up, saying that she's been passed out since they got here. Haley explains that Ashley's dad is a preacher, so she comes to parties and pretends that she's passed out so that she's not pressured to drink and she won't get in trouble when she gets home. Maggie says that that's the dumbest thing she's ever heard in her life, and in full earshot of poor Ashley, Haley agrees.
That was what I wanted to say, was that they are completely within earshot.
Absolutely, yeah.
The entire time.
It's sad that y'all are pressuring people so hard that she feels like she has to do this.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
that's fucked up. And they're like, "Well, that's a fucking stupid plan."
Right
like,
there.
Right, yeah.
You.
Ashley, you.
Wake up.
Well, not only that, Maggie's not doing any of this shit either.
No,
she's not.
She's hanging out.
Yeah.
Haley's like, "Hey, she's kind of like you.
Loser.
Everybody, Maggie's not drinking either."
She's not in the friend group anymore.
So this unbelievable thing with this party because there are way too many people here.
So many people.
And seeing how many people there are, I don't know how out of the way Ma's house is.
Right.
But there's no way they're within the proper decibel level for the
Yeah.
For the city?
Yeah. No, well, it's always a toss-up. Sometimes you can get away with it. Sometimes they call the cops.
You risk it.
Yeah. But yeah, if you get way too loud, I don't give a shit where you are. Somebody's calling the cops.
No, they're tearing it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are, especially with what's about to happen.
Yes. Ma says that it's time to turn the party up and tells people to move the coffee table out of the way.
Oh, shit.
She cranks up Funky Town as they do so and busts out the robot for everyone. As Funky Town continues, we get a montage of everyone dancing. Chaz is doing the worm. Ma's doing the sprinkler. They are all tearing it up. Even Ashley peeks at them from her fake stupor. But when Ma caresses Andy's face and looks at him longingly in the dance circle, Maggie looks uncomfortable.
So this is weird, right, guys?
Yes.
It's weird as fuck.
Right?
So, but
Yeah.
one thing I will say is that I appreciated first of all, I appreciate the song choice.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, yeah.
It made me think of Doug, if you recall.
I do recall.
Doug Funny?
Yeah. They had the Funky Town.
Yeah, they did.
And they played a rip-off version.
Yeah. I was gonna say.
Yeah, they didn't want to pay the rights. They didn't want to pay the rights. Ma did. Jason Blum came in clutch to get the rights to this song. But the thing is that this is probably the cool music that she would have wanted to
Absolutely.
play.
Yeah.
I feel the same way with her clothes.
Yes.
Like, I feel like what she's wearing right now when she was in high school, bitch was doing
Yeah.
the damn thing, you know?
So in these moments, you do almost feel sympathy for her.
For sure.
It's not forever.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, but right now,
A little.
yeah.
Kind of.
It's not.
Yeah, like except the part where you're partying and supplying alcohol for 16-year-olds. If you
yeah,
ignore that
yeah.
part,
Then it's fine.
then you
Yeah.
feel real bad for her.
Well, minus the stalking, too.
Yeah, throw in that.
You know, maybe I don't feel any sympathy.
This list is getting too long. The party continues, though. Chaz and Haley make out, Maggie and Andy dance, and Maud is just generally having the time of her life. She slips away from the dancing and stands on the stairs of the basement, looking at everyone jumping around and having a great time. But the smile on her face slowly becomes uneasy as she slips into another flashback. In the flashback, young Sue-Ann puts on her glasses as she sits alone at a party at the rock pile. The blonde girl tells Sue-Ann's friend to watch this as the guy from earlier approaches her. He hands Sue-Ann a beer and asks why she's sitting alone instead of dancing with everyone. Sue-Ann sheepishly says that she guesses she was just waiting on him. I was like, okay, Sue-Ann, that was
Yeah, I
good.
know. I was like, all right.
He asks if she goes to a lot of parties, and she lies and says that she does. It's quite obviously a lie, and the boy assures her that it's okay and that there's a first time for everything. As the blonde girl watches, amused, Sue-Ann's friend looks upset and walks away. Sue-Ann tells the boy that she likes his hair, and he responds by telling her that he likes hers too. Back in the basement, Funky Town is still blasting, everyone is still dancing, and Ma is standing overlooking the party, but she is miles away. Maggie notices this as she's dancing with Andy, and she looks concerned. I guess that she just put Funky Town on repeat,
I just brought one record.
Yeah, that was it.
but it's a fucking banger.
I did, in this flashback, the second that the friend says, watch this.
Yeah.
That's never a good thing.
No.
Yeah.
I do also want to really, really take back my sympathies for Ma. While I'm fine with her, you know, doing the robot and being a sprinkler system or whatever,
Yeah.
that's fine.
Hydrating everyone.
yes.
Yeah.
Grow that grass. But the feeling up on Andy.
She's too
Yeah.
it's too much.
It's-
It's too much.
It's past the joke now.
Yes.
Yeah, we don't need to do that.
And I'm sorry, but after what she did to Chaz, why the fuck are we back here?
Yeah.
I don't care what she gave us. I don't care
No.
what friendly video she sent us.
No.
We're never going back.
Yeah, at all.
Later, Ashley is presented with a tray of shots. When she's told that one won't kill her, she reluctantly takes it. Elsewhere, Maggie tries to light a pipe to smoke weed. When she can't, Darrell raises his lighter to help her. Ma sidles up to him and squeezes his arm, creepily telling him that milk did that body good.
What?
He looks uncomfortable until Haley calls him over.
So this is getting kind of weird now, right, guys?
That's sexual harassment. That is inappropriate
that's
behavior.
That's a third weird. Like, can we go now?
3 strikes, we're out.
You know what's funny is JP mentioned at the top, he's like, I want to know when you guys got off the ride.
Yeah.
And I feel like JP's off the ride.
Yeah.
Because this is too much.
Man, what are you doing? These kids are 16. You're caressing his face. You're feeling his bicep. What the fuck is going on?
You're making them strip naked.
Completely naked. Yeah. Maggie coughs as she tries to smoke and decides that she doesn't even want to. She laughs as she sets the pipe down. Ma compliments her earrings and Maggie thanks her, saying that her mom gave them to her. Well, her dad gave them to her mom when they started dating and her mom gave them to her, but they're not together anymore. Ma just nods and asks if Maggie has a sweet mom. Maggie says that she does. There is a deleted scene where Erica, after they've moved in, leaves the earrings on the table for Maggie and says that her dad gave them to her, but she never felt pretty enough to wear them. So they've been waiting for Maggie. So she just got these in the script, basically. Okay. Obviously, we didn't see that part, but...
Well, when... I think that honestly would devalue the importance of losing the earrings.
Yeah, she just got them.
Because it's not like she saw her mother wearing them all the time.
Yeah.
And then they're hers now.
Yeah. No, they've been sitting in the box.
Yeah. So they're dusty.
Yeah.
So it's good that we don't have that scene.
Right.
But Chaz gets everyone's attention and proposes a toast to Ma. He asks her to take a shot with them, but she says no. She tells Chaz that she doesn't drink, and he doesn't even want to know what happened the last time she did. They all boo her, and they're like, Ma, Ma, Ma. Like, they're just chanting over and over again.
You've been sober this whole time? Somehow that's worse.
I mean, kind of. But these are the decisions you're making, and this is your behavior, and this is just you.
But I would also like to know what you did last time.
Yeah.
Did you kill
somebody? Maybe
a basement full of children? Because then no, Ma. No, Ma.
Yeah, no, don't take that.
Don't drink, Ma.
But she finally feels pressured and takes the shot. Everyone cheers. There's a loud thumping overhead and everyone freezes and looks upward, but Ma chalks it up to an old ice machine. She says that she'll be right back and promptly heads upstairs. If you know what that sound is, I'm like, oh, the ice machine does that all the time. I'm not gonna be like, I'm gonna be right back.
I need to go make sure this ice machine doesn't escape.
I need to make sure this ice machine stays in bed. I'll be right back.
I got just the medicine for this
ice machine.
You keep talking like that.
What the hell?
Just go. Let's go.
Ma, get out of here. You're
ruining the fun. Everyone is placated by this, but Maggie looks suspicious. I love that she's the only one that's like, what the fuck was that?
I'm sorry. There's plenty of reasons for everyone.
Absolutely. Yeah. Ma heads upstairs and goes straight to the fridge, takes out a syringe, and walks deeper into the house. Downstairs, Maggie sits on the couch with Haley. Haley announces that she has to pee right now and drags Maggie with her. I love that they've just established Haley as having a small bladder or something. Like, so much of her motivations as to what happens with her is motivated by having to pee. When they get to the bathroom door, Ashley is standing in front of it. Haley sarcastically congratulates her on sleeping it off, but Ashley drops the news that she thinks 2 people are having sex in there. She's waiting in line. Haley proposes that they just find another bathroom and starts upstairs. Maggie reminds her that they can't go up there, but Haley insists that they'll just ask nicely, and they head upstairs together. When they open the door to the main floor, there's a mask on the wall to greet them. Haley is startled by this, but she immediately finds a bathroom and ducks inside. Maggie stands guard at the door until she hears Ma upstairs telling someone that they shouldn't have done that, and then there's more thudding. Maggie rushes to the bathroom and tells Haley to hurry up and finish because they have to go. She tells Haley not to flush or else Ma will hear, and we all know that Haley is fine with not washing her hands, so they just go out of the bathroom. As soon as they step into the hallway, Ma is there. She shoves Haley against the wall and with a scary and intense look on her face, grabs Maggie's arms. She asks them what the fuck they were doing and yells at them to get back downstairs. They run back down to the party. Andy asks what's wrong and Maggie asks if they can just get out of here. They leave immediately, and when Andy asks what's wrong again when they get outside, Maggie refuses to talk about it. As they get in Andy's van to leave, the party continues without them. I'd be like, she just fucking pushed Haley. She grabbed me and screamed at me.
Yeah.
I heard her talking to someone upstairs. Like, why would you not spill every drop of tea about what just happened?
I think she has Paul Sheldon upstairs.
I saw a girl with a manuscript in it. It's weird up there, man.
What the fuck's going on?
There was a pig. I don't know what's happening.
There was a pig.
Her name is Mystery.
I heard. I think my thing, first of all, you're sneaking up to this upstairs bathroom.
Right.
Told not to even be up here at all.
Yep.
I understand everybody has to go sometimes.
Yeah.
It's just part of human.
It's part of human.
But my thing is, you're not supposed to be here, so when you open the door to sneak out, why are you going to be looking at the floor? Looking at the floor when you do so, and you're like, I sure hope Ma isn't.
Yeah.
Like, that's your fault. That's your fault.
Yeah.
It is.
Now, the other stuff wasn't your fault. But getting caught was.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
In the next scene, Ma is in her bedroom doing a little scrapbooking. She sings Lookout Weekend by Debbie Deb quietly as she cuts out a photo of herself. She stares vacantly before taking a long look at herself in the mirror.
So this to me was a very jarring edit because we have it with them leaving the party.
Yeah.
Party's still raging.
Party's still going.
Yeah.
And she's like, look out.
Yeah.
It's like, I just thought it was, I was like, I guess the party's over.
Yeah, no, this is night. Okay.
Yeah.
Or she could be like, you guys have fun. I got a song to sing and I had a song in my heart.
I got to do my
out.
scrapbooking. Get out. The next morning, Maggie is woken up by her text alert going off back to back to back. She picks up her phone and finds that it is all text from Ma, begging for forgiveness and apologizing profusely. Even as she looks at her phone, the text alert continues to go off. Maggie sets her phone down without answering. At school, Haley confirms that Ma has been blowing her up too. She says that she doesn't even fully remember what happened, but Chaz says that she should sue her. Stephanie goes over to them and asks if they think Ma would let them throw a birthday party for her this weekend. She reasons that Ma would be okay with it because she basically lets them do anything. Haley confirms this, saying all Stephanie needs to do is get Ma a list and she'll hook it up. Maggie is distracted by a bracelet that Stephanie is wearing. She says it was a gift from her boyfriend Taylor for their 5-month anniversary. I love that bracelet. Where'd you get it?
Mm-hmm.
Mean Girls.
Yeah.
I still haven't seen Mean Girls.
That is a
Fantastic.
crime.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's so good.
I know all the memes, but I don't. This to me, I feel like when we're at the point where people at school are coming up and saying,
Yeah.
Ma's would be cool with this.
Yeah.
I feel like this is an issue because there's no way that this many kids know about it.
And one adult doesn't.
Yeah.
I was thinking the exact same thing.
It's impossible.
the exact same thing.
That somebody would have gone to Sue Ann's house.
Yeah.
Something.
Yeah.
Somebody would have caught wind. They talk.
Yes.
And I wonder if this is the point where the cop is supposed to show up and be like, what's going on?
That would make sense.
And she was
All
like,
right.
I've called in the deleted scene. She's like, I've called y'all several times that kids come out here and party in the woods and nobody comes out here. Like, that's what she says.
Okay.
And he's like, oh, Sue Ann, I remember you from high school. And she's like, and you are? It was like weird.
What?
It was weird. Yeah.
I feel like she would remember him.
Yeah.
I think Sue Ann remembers everyone. It was just weird.
Yeah, maybe not.
She says some weird shit about what she let her boyfriend do for getting the bracelet.
Yeah, so I thought that I was pushing it with the domed out thing, so I did not include that in my script. I thought T would already be pretty mad at me.
Well, I'm defeated. You can say whatever you want.
Well, go to class, kids. Get the fuck out of here. You don't.
They're putting a lot of weird dialogue in these
What are you talking about?
kids' mouths.
Yeah.
Maggie sees Andy and abandons the conversation as it devolves into decorumless topics.
Hey.
So I did include it.
I appreciate it.
As soon as she goes over to him, Andy sighs deeply and asks if she'll go out with him. Maggie immediately says yes, and Andy admits that he doesn't know why he was so nervous. Maggie asks for clarification. Does he mean to go out on a date or to go out as in they're a couple now? With a smile, Andy says both. Maggie's down and asks Andy what took him so long to ask her because it was so obvious that she liked him. They joke about an imaginary girl that Andy was talking to, but they're interrupted when Darrell and Chaz come running over to them. They all walk outside, making fun of the new couple, and they head downstairs toward the parking lot, making plans to get pizza. But they're stopped dead in their tracks when they round the corner and run into Ma.
Okay, so just again, two things. First thing is I was a little offended at old school being talking to a human being.
Oh yeah, you wanted to ask her old school?
Yeah, it's like, oh, you mean talking to a person?
No, he wanted to send her a telegram. Maggie, stop. It's like beep, 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 beep.
Fucking Morse code.
Yeah. Will you stop? No, that's great. I know I just said your joke again, but sometimes I added background to a joke and then I just repeat what someone else said. But here's the thing. And also that I didn't realize how weird the terminology was until this moment, but the whole go out with me thing.
Yeah.
Why did that mean both things? Why didn't we come up with a new?
No.
Why didn't someone just say, will you be, can we be a couple?
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, yeah, because it kind of does need clarification.
Yeah.
What do you mean? Like, do we go together now? What are you saying? Are we married?
Go together like it's a package deal.
Yeah.
You should have written her a note and tied it to a raven.
On the morrow. But the second thing is Ma had no way of knowing they would be coming down these stairs. And this school is pretty big.
Yeah. Yeah, nobody's like, where's security for this?
Yeah. You're an adult.
Yeah, where is
around.
security? I think that for real though, but I think that the implication is that she's been watching them so much that she knows their routes.
Oh, wow.
Because she was waiting in the parking lot when they found the box of liquor.
That's a fair point.
But isn't there, like, shouldn't she be checking in animals that need help? And, like,
Yeah.
Answer the phone.
Yeah.
Dude, Dr. Brooks is like, what the?
Where are you?
Where is she? Get to work.
But Andy asks what she's doing here. Ma explains that she got a beer pong table and a keg of Bud Light. She starts to walk away, expecting them to follow, but they don't. Andy says that he can't tonight because he has to write a paper on historical shipping routes of Africa. Darrell quips that those ships had their people in them, asking, "Ain't that right, Sue Ann?" She just looks back at him angrily, shutting him down. She asks about the rest of them, and Chaz says that he can't either because it's a school night. They walk away, leaving Maggie and Haley, which I thought was fucked up because those are the two that she assaulted.
Yeah.
Ma is fine with this, saying that they don't need them when they can just have a girls' night. But Maggie says that she can't. She has to clean the house before her mom comes back. She offers, maybe next time. But Haley says, damn, Ma, don't you have a job?
Look, everybody has been very tactful.
Yeah.
That's like, we can, end whatever we have with Ma.
Yeah.
With a little bit of decorum and respect for all that Ma has done for us. Granted, it took a turn.
Yeah. You could have worded that different.
Yeah. And she gets worse.
Yeah.
But just wanted to say that.
For all the moms.
Look, there was a time when Ma was great.
Right,
We
for
all-
that short period.
Very short
that very
period.
brief, not even the first full party.
Yeah.
But we can be nicer.
But Ma says that she does have a job, snapping at Haley that maybe she should work double since they don't have time for her. Haley tells her that she needs a man, but Ma harshly says that she needs to watch her mouth. Without another word, Ma storms off. We cut to the liquor store where Ma is handing over a box of liquor to another teenage boy. She tells him to follow her and rushes to her truck. She drives down the road, and just as she turns on her blinker to turn into her house, the car full of boys pulls up beside her. They call her name, and when she turns, they throw a beer at her window. The boys call her a loser and flip her off as they speed away laughing, and Ma immediately begins to sob.
That was rude as fuck.
Yeah, it was.
You shouldn't be buying alcohol for minors. I get it. But that was very cool of her to even fucking do that for you, and then for you to turn around and do
they
that.
followed her all the way to
all
her
the way out
house.
there.
Well,
What the
my thing is, and I know this is very specific to Texas, but they're like, we're the TABC, fuck you. And I'm just so confused because I just don't get, she's never going to buy you booze again.
Yeah.
This was your one shot.
Your connect is done.
Yeah.
It made me think of, and I know that this movie did not age well. I know it is extremely problematic, but when I was a kid, it was a comfort movie, and I watched it hundreds of times, but had never been kissed. When he comes to pick her up for prom, and he comes out of the thing, and he throws eggs at her. instead of picking her up. That was literally this scene to me. That was like what it felt like.
Yeah.
And Never Been Kissed was the first thing I ever saw Octavia Spencer in, and she's barely fucking in it.
Oh shit!
So I was like, it's my own brain mashing puzzle pieces together.
No, I get it.
But that's because she just looked so happy.
Yeah.
That like, oh yeah, I lost them, but I still have people to hang out with. No,
they work for the TABC.
They're like, yeah, fuck you, loser. The TABC. You should really talk to your people and how they can.
Yeah, because we're filing. I know. I broke the law, but we're
this
definitely
is beyond the pale. This is beyond the pale ale. But Ma is sobbing. I don't know if I said that.
You did.
I don't for me when I think about that or for this scene here, I just think of in Dodgeball when Guy was a pirate and they told him, and Vince Vaughn told him he wasn't a pirate anymore. So he was lost and he's walking in the street. Somebody throws a fucking smoothie at him. Like,
yeah.
It's so sad.
Like,
why?
They're already down.
Yeah,
they're
don't
already
do that.
down.
Insult to injury.
Right? He's a pirate. Let him be.
Back at their house, Erica tells Maggie about her trip, and it seems like she had a great time, even being praised by the instructor. Stu thinks that they'll start dealing at tables in about 2 months. Maggie says that this is exciting, but Erica just feels bad for being gone so much. Maggie says it's okay because someone has to pay the bills and she's been working hard. Erica asks how school is, and clearly hiding something, Maggie says that it's good. After Erica prods, Maggie admits that Andy asked her out. Erica's happy for her, but is like, who's Andy? She asks what Maggie said, and Maggie says that she said yes. Erica insists that she meet him, and Maggie says maybe next week, but they have plans to go out tomorrow night. They lay down next to each other, and Erica muses that Maggie has a boyfriend, and the two giggle together. At Ma's house, she puts on lipstick and admires herself in the mirror. Kung Fu fighting begins to play as we see the teens start to show up and party outside. There is a mountain of spent beer cans on the table in Ma's basement. Ashley sleeps on the couch as Ma approaches the beer cans. She kicks it, the tower falls, and the music kicks off as the group cheers for her. She's having the time of her life. I don't know how else to put it.
I don't know either. The performance is fun.
Yeah.
One thing I will say, though, is why the hell are we back at Ma's?
I don't know.
I don't care what the occasion is.
Yeah.
No.
Ma's giving us $10 million.
Yeah. Maggie and Andy enter the party, promising to only stay for a minute so they can wish Stephanie a happy birthday.
We can do that over...
You can. Yeah.
Text message.
They wanted to come. They just admit it. Mom makes a beeline for them, telling them finally, and that everyone is here, including kids from other schools.
See...
Andy leaves to get Ma something to drink, dancing away. Ma tells Maggie that Andy is a cutie, but to be careful. She tells her to take it slow because men only want one thing, and Maggie doesn't want to mess up her life with the baby. Maggie is annoyed, saying that Ma sounds just like her mother. Ma storms off. She pushes past Andy, who comes back to kiss Maggie. As they start to make out for the first time, Ma stares at them. And then she doesn't hide anything. Like, she's just staring at them.
You're not 16.
Glaring at them.
And I'm sorry, like, look, Ma should not be doing any of the things that she's doing.
No.
But also, maybe it's not wise to make out in front of Ma like this. I mean, just a thought.
Be careful, because men only want one thing. Like 2 seconds later. That's how you make out.
Yeah. Sounds more like you're mocking someone, but okay.
I don't know how to make it sound.
I want to apologize for...
Me too.
Wow.
Andy says that he was going to ask her first before kissing her when the kiss breaks, but Maggie says that it was perfect. Andy's like, oh my God, now my pants are chafing me. He's like, hey, my van is parked right out there. I was like, Andy, that was your first kiss. But before he can get the full thought out, Ma is like, hey, let's take shots. She invites Stephanie to take the first shots because it's her birthday and everyone crowds around. Maggie takes a shot and Ma asks her to take hers for her because she knows that she can't keep up. Maggie says that if she does more than one, she's going to be sick. But Ma tells her to just do it and stop being a loser.
Okay.
What?
That's very I'm not taking this shot after
Yeah.
that.
No!
Also, you're handing it to me in this very suspicious green
Yeah.
glowing glass.
It's the only one.
This inanimate carbon rod. It's fucking plutonium in there. I'm not drinking that shit.
Dude, don't be a fucking loser.
Yeah,
Drink it.
Drink this poison.
It's like, why do you have gloves on when you're handing that to me?
Yeah,
What?
that thick lead glove.
And goggles.
Right, everybody
one-
stand back.
This one's for Maggie.
Yeah, don't
Just Maggie.
Don't touch Maggie as she's drinking.
God damn.
Everybody get away.
Everyone keep 6 feet away.
But it's fine. Take it. Don't be a loser.
Stephanie piles on, asking Maggie to do it for her birthday. And Maggie relents and takes the shot to Stephanie. Everyone cheers as Safety Dance by Men Without Hats begins to play. It surprises me how rude that these kids are, that nobody's like, whose music is
Yeah, no
Yes,
shit.
that shocked me too,
Yeah.
because I've seen how Gen Z can be about music.
Absolutely.
And it's hurtful.
Yeah. Maggie and Andy dance and kiss as the party continues, and Ma just stares at them. They start to dance, but Maggie quickly becomes disoriented. Again, Ma is just standing right by them and staring at them. The disorientation increases, and slowly the party fades out. Maggie wakes up in her bed, confused. She goes to her mirror, and there are mysterious bruises on her legs, and her earrings are missing. She's upset and searches her jeans for them, but they're gone. She and Andy look at a jewelry counter at the mall. Andy smiles as Maggie tells him that she doesn't remember what happened. She doesn't even remember getting home. She finally asks what she did. He tells her that she got really sloppy, really quick, and was falling all over the place. He says that she flashed Chaz, but he got her out of there before anyone noticed. Maggie is ashamed and apologizes, but Andy was just kidding. I'm like, oh yeah, that's really funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't get that at all.
Maggie laughs at this for a second, but then she becomes very serious. Andy asks her what's wrong, and Maggie tells him that she doesn't want to hang out at Ma's anymore, and she doesn't want Andy there either.
Well, she drugged you and took your shit, man.
Yeah.
He's like, dude, it's probably that plutonium you drank.
Just saying. I don't think you're
Right.
supposed to do that.
You were glowing for a while.
I bring you love. The thing is,
Right about plutonium.
yeah, I've done some
I have a quick aside.
about the dangers of drinking. No, my thing that really infuriated me is after the night that she just had.
Yeah.
She tells her boyfriend, I don't think we should be hanging out at Ma's anymore. You either.
Yeah.
He says, why?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why?
This is not what he wants to hear.
It's unbelievable.
He does ask her why, but she doesn't answer. He just says that he won't, but tells her that now she has to get egg rolls with him and put ketchup on them. This makes her smile. I was already mad at Andy because she's like, I don't remember what happened. I don't remember how I got in my bed. What happened? And he's like, yeah, like you got your tits out, dude. It's like, why would you say that?
Yeah.
She's already fucking, like, why would you say that? Already made me mad. And he's like, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, play about something else.
Yeah.
That's not funny.
So you got
Put some ketchup on egg rolls. That is whatever. It's not funny, but it's closer.
no, but it's offensive too. Because you shouldn't be eating them like that.
Yeah. Thank you.
That's disgusting.
Yeah. I was
disgusting.
like, I go, whose kids are these? She's like, why are you putting a ketchup on an egg
Yeah,
roll?
look, I'm not trying to yuck anyone's yum.
No, not
If
at all.
you enjoy ketchup on your egg rolls, stop though.
Yeah. But at the vet clinic, Ma accesses the medicine and returns a bottle of diazepam. Plutonium. At Maggie's house, she and Andy are getting hot and heavy on the couch. She hears her mom's car and they both jump up, knocking all the pillows onto the ground. Andy sits at the dining room table and Maggie rushes to the kitchen. Erica calls out hello, but stops when she sees Andy. She calls out to Maggie that there's a boy in her house and asks if she knows him. Andy introduces himself as Maggie quietly cusses and puts her overalls back on properly in the kitchen. She emerges, carrying 2 glasses and looking incredibly guilty. She asks how work was, but Erica doesn't seem very concerned about work. She puts all the pillows that were knocked on the floor back on the couch and is like, So you guys are thirsty. Maggie is cooking cheesesteaks and asks if Erica wants one, but she doesn't. She tells Andy to have a seat at the table. We cut to them talking over Maggie and Andy's cheesesteaks. Andy tells Erica that his mom passed away 5 years ago and his dad owns an armored vehicle company. Erica asks if his dad is Ben Hawkins. Andy says yes, and Erica laughs that she went to high school with him. She offers condolences about his mother, but Andy says that it's okay because his dad has a new fuck buddy now.
I can't believe this.
What?
Yeah.
You are meeting your girlfriend's mother for the first time, and this is how you... It's like Bart with Jessica Lovejoy. What you don't know, can fill the warehouse. It's like, dude, get out.
You
what
blew
are
it.
you doing?
It's over. You only get to meet her first once.
Yes.
It's done. It's over.
It's the worst. The worst impression.
No offense, lady. My dad is a fuck buddy.
It's not the right first impression, but for somebody who likes gossip or whatever, it's like, oh.
And who's that?
Yeah.
Did I go to high school with her?
And who is this?
Now, don't say that.
Yeah,
but who?
Not in language, but what's her name? Erica's a little taken aback by this, and Andy apologizes, but she ventures, Mercedes? Andy confirms. Erica asks if he likes her, and Andy puts it simply that he's more of a Porsche kind of guy. Then he's like, she's a bitch.
Again.
Poor kid.
He just keeps stepping in it. But.
Kid.
Well, we've already kind of seen how his dad's fuck buddy acts. I don't know. She's not the greatest.
She do be acting a fool, but the language. Erica takes this opportunity to leave the table to refill their glasses. Andy's phone is blowing up, and Erica asks him, much to Maggie's chagrin, if he has a lot of girlfriends. In response to this, Andy turns his phone toward Maggie to reveal a video of Ma getting turned. In the next scene, Maggie and Haley walk down the hall at school. Maggie looks woefully down at her phone, and Haley advises her to just block Ma like she did. Maggie says that Andy did as well, and Haley pulls out her phone. She says she's going to tell everyone to. She starts a video message to all of her contacts. As Ma sits getting a pedicure at a salon, her phone goes off. She receives the message from Haley, telling everyone to block Ma for good because she's a crazy bitch. She says that her grandmother is sweet and maybe she'll let them hang out at her lame-ass house. The volume on Ma's phone was full blast, and the older lady next to her, played by Jenny Patterson, asks if she minds. Ma snaps at her, yelling at her to mind her own business, but the lady counters with the fact that Ma is making her business her business. Ma yells at her, "Not today." She cuts her pedicure short, paying the woman doing her nails, but the old lady calls her a bitch for good measure as she leaves angrily. Now, Haley blocked Ma.
Yes.
How the fuck did she get this?
She shouldn't.
She's crazy.
There's a deleted a deleted scene. She's crazy. That's
just the answer.
There's a deleted scene where they're at an assembly of sex education, and it's like kind of silly or whatever.
Right.
And they come and take out Darrell because he's wanted in the office. So Darrell goes to the office, and the lady's like, "Your mom brought this for you," and it's his cell phone. So it would make sense if Darrell was like, "Oh, I lost my phone at the party." She took his phone, and that's how she saw this.
That makes much more sense.
Because she just said, "I blocked her." So them cutting that out, I was like, how'd you do that?
Yeah.
No,
It confused me.
Sometimes when you're trimming a film, you got to think about that.
Yeah.
Like I don't know.
Because that could be considered a plot hole.
Yeah. And the anger at the lady.
Yeah.
That was a lot. I did think that the lady's anger at her, I was like, is that Haley's grandma? It's like, don't be talking shit to They can drink in my lame ass house.
You're old news, Ma.
Plus, she's got nobody but herself to blame for this. Ma got really weird.
She got
and we
real
didn't
weird.
need that. Once you start to get too weird, then it's like, I don't want to do it.
At the vet clinic, Ma watches Haley's video again. She's dazed until Dr. Brooks calls to her from the other room asking if she's fed the animals. Ma gets back to work.
That's what she's here for.
These poor animals are like, get off your fucking phone.
You can plot and scheme later.
Fill our bowls.
Starving.
So you can take our diazepam, but you can't fill the bowl.
Yeah.
Got it.
Interesting.
In another flashback, Young Sue-Ann makes her way to a closet at school. As she enters the darkness of the small room, a boy's voice tells her to come over there and close the door. Sue-Ann does. At home, Maggie is woken up by an incoming message. She checks her phone to see a notification from an unknown number. She has either an edited video or multiple videos from Ma. I wasn't sure.
She never cycled through them.
Yeah.
No, I know what it is.
Yeah.
It's a montage.
Ah, very good.
I'm going to go.
Yeah.
I've peaked.
She tells Maggie and whoever else that this has been sent to that she got a new number. And she's picking up supplies for the party as she holds up a bottle of liquor. She sits in her basement in the next segment, saying that she doesn't want to hear any excuses about homework. She says, "Don't make me drink alone," and then sings, "Don't make me drink alone." In the next segment, right up close to the camera, she asks if they're mad at her for something. She says that she risked her job so that they could have fun. They did have fun, but the least they can do is say thank you. In the next segment, she sits alone in the basement. She sadly says that she needs them to meet her at the rock piles after school tomorrow. She pleads that it's an emergency, and before the video cuts off, she begins to cry.
She'll be fine. We don't need to go.
We don't need to go out there. I think it's a bad idea.
Someone text Ma.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. The next day after school, the group does pull up to the rock piles where Ma waits. She thanks them for coming and apologizes for the dramatics. After a long pause, she tells the group that she's sick with pancreatic cancer. She says that she's been taking a lot of medicine because the doctors don't know how to treat it yet. She expounds that it's scary because the medicine makes her less fun and not herself anymore. Everyone is immediately apologetic, telling her that they're sorry and they had no idea. But Ma says that she tries to live her life privately, so she didn't share. But she says that she's going to beat this and she could use some friends. She tells Andy, "I'm going to beat this, right?" Andy says that she will and gives her a hug. She touches his face, lingering after they pull away, and Haley's sympathetic expression turns to one of alarm as she recognizes a bracelet dangling from Ma's wrist.
So this is a wrinkle that is so unnecessary to me.
Yeah.
I don't understand why they have Ma out here stealing jewelry like Rickety Cricket.
The exact same thing, dude.
It makes no sense.
I was like, somebody open her shirt. It's just
chains, yeah. And ringworm, apparently. I just don't understand why they're doing this.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Because it's what she's doing is enough.
Yeah.
She doesn't need to be stealing their jewelry.
And I feel like that is an issue that I have with something that we see later on.
Yes.
Y'all are doing too much. You're just you're doing too much. It's just too much.
I think it's all, and this is where for me that I don't like certain things in screenwriting.
Right.
Yeah.
Because this is here just to plant a seed to allow for a reason for the next couple scenes to happen.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
It doesn't serve anything but getting you from A to B.
Yeah.
Which is kind of not good.
But Ma says that she has to get back to work. She just wanted to tell them what was going on. She promises to let them know, but Chaz assures her that she can beat it because his grandfather did. Haley tells her to stay strong. Before she leaves, she invites them over on Saturday, but makes it clear that there's no pressure. She walks away from the group, who chatters quietly amongst themselves. As she walks away, her sinister expression turns into a smile. Back at the group, Haley quietly calls Maggie over for a private talk. Later on the street, Ma tries to wrestle a goat named Roscoe into a trailer. I think it was a goat.
Well, I think then she say, "Damn goat."
Yeah, okay, then
So
goat.
I think it's a goat.
Across the street, Haley and Maggie watch her. Haley says that Ma was wearing Stephanie's bracelet and that she's missing her grandmother's ring, which her mom is going to kill her if she doesn't find. Maggie admits that she's missing her mom's earrings too. Starting the car, Haley says that they're going to that bitch's house.
I got to be honest. At this point, you just need to be impressed by Ma's sleight of hand.
Yeah.
That she can take a ring off your finger.
She took a ring off and she only drugged one of you with plutonium.
Yeah, no shit.
And she's just robbing people left and right. That's impressive, frankly.
It is.
I don't understand. You're right though. Why did they make her do this? And she's wearing it in front of
Yes.
him.
Yeah.
Boldly.
Oh my God.
I feel like it, and I guess it doesn't make sense for Haley, but I feel like if the kids were disappearing, then she had their jewelry.
Yeah.
Maybe then it's like, no, something's wrong. Something's really, really wrong.
Yes.
Or she takes it from them and then some time, and then they go disappearing or whatever.
No, she's just a pickpocket.
Yeah, she's just pawning
and
shit.
if Darrell's phone was missing,
Yeah.
there you go.
Yeah. You could make her like a trophy killer.
Yeah.
Instead, she's just a thief.
A petty
thief.
For what?
I just don't get it. There's no point.
No.
Dude, do you know how hard it is to take earrings out of somebody's ear?
Dude, and she said herself how hard it was to get a ring off.
Yeah.
That's part of the film. That's established. And she's like, no, I could just slip that right off of Haley's finger.
You won't even notice it.
Yeah.
As they run across the property to Ma's house, Maggie asks what they'll do if someone sees them. Citing the remoteness of the house, Haley reasons that there's no one around to see them. I feel like that was important because it's like, no, guys, they're just out here.
Yeah, but where did you park?
There are no neighbors.
That's true. They ran like 4 miles.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. They ran a long time.
They did.
Big ass yard. You're just out in the open.
It's bad.
Maggie is antsy, though, and insists that they leave, but when the cellar doors are locked, Haley climbs in through the basement window. She says that she knows her grandmother's ring is here. On the main floor of the house, they find ceramic cats. Haley picks one up to inspect it before they both head up to the second floor. It's like they've never seen misery before.
See, I was going to say, this is what you were talking about.
Yep.
Yeah.
At the landing where the stairs end, the opening to the rest of the floor is locked. Despite Maggie shaking her head, Haley unlocks the door and they continue onto the second floor. As they come off of the stairs for a split second, we see someone walk behind them. They head into Ma's bedroom. Maggie goes to search, but Haley is distracted by a collage that Ma made of their friend group on her vanity mirror. On her bed, Maggie finds a piece of the yearbook ripped out. Sue-Ann is in one of the photos, and the other is the boy from the flashbacks that invited her to the rock pile, Ben Hawkins. Haley also finds a photo of Ben Hawkins. That's who it was.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I mean,
Wow.
That's
What?
Yeah.
surprising.
As Ma is staring into space at the reception desk at the vet clinic, Ben walks in. He greets her happily. He says that he didn't know she worked here and asks how she's been. She tells him that she's been good. Ben explains that it's time to bring his pet for a checkup and their regular vet moved, so they're trying to find a new place. Ma hands over the paperwork for new patients, assuring him that they can do that for him. As Ben starts to fill out the paperwork, he tells Ma that she looks great. He asks what it's been, 15, 20 years? He says that the whole thing makes him feel old and he doesn't like it. Ma agrees, saying that she feels it every day. She stops him on the paperwork, though, telling him to only sign it and she'll fill out the rest. She watches him intently as he does this. He tells her that it's good to see her and that they should catch up sometime. Ma is literally speechless for a second before telling him that she would like that.
You know what I'm wondering? I feel like what she's doing is she's saying that there are other things wrong with these pets so she could steal the medication
Yeah.
for them.
That makes so much sense, but that's not established.
No.
No.
Because I was like, oh, she's going to hurt those dogs.
That's what
Or
I
she's
thought.
gonna- yeah.
Yeah.
Because she keeps doing it, but yeah, we don't.
Yeah, the 2 times we've seen her do her job.
Yeah.
That's what
Yeah.
she did.
But then again, they don't make it clear what her job actually is outside of being yelled at.
She answers the phones and she props the dogs. Or that's
Okay.
what she's supposed to be doing.
Because,
Yeah.
I mean, I guess even if she's lying on the paperwork, it would be Dr. Brooks that's doing it.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
So the medication wouldn't be, I don't know.
I don't know
Yeah,
either.
I don't know.
Because that's a very important thing that she's done twice now.
Yeah. I wonder if that's something that got dropped.
Maybe.
But on his way out, Ben tells her that when he comes back to pick up his animal, they can go to a pub. Ma says that she doesn't want to go in her scrubs, but she'll meet him there at 6. Pleased with the arrangements, Ben leaves. Alone now, Ma slips into another flashback.
Before we go to the flashback, I did want to say again, at this point, I'm like, Ben's really nice.
Yeah.
So what's going on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Young Sue-Ann sits in her classroom, busy at work dissecting a pig. Someone passes a note to her, and she quickly opens it up and reads it. Hey, you, janitor's closet after school? Shh. XOXO, Ben. Sue-Ann looks pleased. Her friend watches all of this with a displeased look on her face. We cut to Maggie looking at the cutout of the yearbook photo for Sue-Ann's friend from the flashbacks. We now see that it was Erica.
What?
I think we can stop calling her Ma at this point now, right? We don't.
You're no Ma.
Right. It's like, no, we,
Erica, though.
yeah.
That's
What?
surprising.
Right.
So
Get outta
surprising.
here.
Yeah.
Maggie stares at this until Haley gets her attention. She starts to tell her that she might want to look at something, but someone comes into the room holding the mask that was on the wall over their face. This scares the shit out of Haley and Maggie, and they scream. When the girl lowers the mask, it's Jeannie. Remember from the beginning, from the first day of school?
The 2 seconds we saw this character
Yeah.
and haven't seen her since?
Yeah. Jeannie asks what they're doing in here, and when no one responds, she sweetly tells them that it's okay and she doesn't mind. Maggie asks what she's doing here, and Jeannie says that she lives here. This is her house. Maggie is surprised to see that Jeannie isn't using her wheelchair, but Jeannie only says, "I'm sick." Maggie asks if Jeannie knows Haley, and she makes introductions. She tells her that they were here last week and she left her school ID and she needs it for the PSATs. Haley says hi to Jeannie, and Jeannie remarks that she has pretty teeth. With the ball tossed back into her court, Maggie says that she hasn't seen Jeannie around school in forever. Jeannie just reasons that she gets sick a lot, so her mom thinks she should just stay at home. She says that her mom told her that the doctors say that it's her spine and it's only getting worse. Haley admits that her mind is blown and flat out asks Jeannie if Ma is her mom. She rephrases, "Is Sue Ann your mom?" Jeannie answers with a quiet yes. So I don't know why we needed to add a sprinkle of Gypsy Rose Blanchard into this.
I don't know.
Again, it feels like it's just too much.
Yeah.
If you remove Jeannie out of this, nothing changes. Nothing changes.
Yeah.
No, I think the story is enough on its own with everything in the past.
Yeah.
And to the present. You have your motivation, you have what's happening. Also, is it really that big of a surprise? Because Jeannie is literally wearing a Sue Ann cosplay.
Yeah.
It's like, Sue Ann's your mother?
What the fuck?
You have the same exact haircut? And that's your mother? It's like, yes.
No
and
shit.
you're in this house as well?
Yeah, and you're here. Yes.
In this cage.
Yeah, were you you
Yeah.
partying downstairs at this time? And we just didn't see you?
At this time, we're not allowed up here. I don't know if she told you that.
Get back in the basement. You'll get thrown up against the wall and cursed at. But I mean, it was just the surprise was very weird.
Yeah.
And what comes from this at all is so unnecessary.
Yeah. Outside, Mom makes her way toward the house in her truck. Back in Ma's bedroom, Jeannie admits that she hears them down in the basement a lot. She asks if it's fun, and Maggie says that it can be, and she invites Jeannie to come. As Ma's truck makes the turn to the house, Jeannie tells Maggie and Haley that they should go. She doesn't like anyone in her room, and it's best not to get her upset. She promises that she won't tell if they won't. Maggie and Haley agree that they definitely won't. Jeannie offers that maybe she'll see them at school, and she watches after Maggie and Haley as they head back downstairs. She looks down at the stairs behind them. She watches from the landing through the bars as Haley tries to open the door and leave, but it's locked.
Now, this is a very esoteric Mad Men reference.
Oh, God.
But why does Jeannie look like the kid from the
In
Glow
the
Coat
ad?
commercial? Let me out. Like, they won
She
the Clio.
wants to go play. They deserve it.
Yes, they did.
They deserve
It was a great ad. It's a great ad. Go ahead.
Ma is out of the truck now, walking up to her house with her dry cleaning. Jeannie urges them to hurry and get out of here. They run away as the door opens. As soon as Ma enters the room, she sees that her ceramic cats have been tampered with. She calls up to Jeannie, asking if she's messed with them, but Jeannie says no. She's like, "This always faces east." You look very hectic. Ma starts to put them back in place, and we see that Maggie and Haley's stupid asses are just hiding behind the couch that Ma is standing in front of. They creep silently into the kitchen. Ma starts in their direction, but they reach the basement door and close it quietly behind them. Instead of coming toward them, Ma changes her direction and heads upstairs.
I gotta be honest, dude. Movie sneaking is so fucking funny to me.
Yeah, it is.
Because you know that their sneakers would be squeaking like a basketball
Oh,
court.
you didn't hear something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody's knees gonna
Like,
pop.
something,
Yeah.
dude. Yeah, I can't sneak for anything
There's no
anymore.
fucking way.
No,
Yeah.
my sneaking days are over.
Outside, having unlocked the cellar doors from the basement, Maggie and Haley slip out and run away. That night at Ma's, she comes into the room announcing that it's time to give Jeannie her medicine. Ma is dressed up for her plans with Ben, and Jeannie compliments her. She asks if she can start going back to school because she's feeling better now and she misses her classes. Ma says no. She's just too sick, even if the doctors don't see it yet. It made me laugh. She's like, you look beautiful. Can I go back to school?
Yeah.
Hey, you gotta
space it out. Jeannie proposes that maybe she'd just go for half a day. The teachers could grade her homework so her mother doesn't have to, and she could ride the bus. Without prompting, she pulls down the sleeve of her shirt to expose her shoulder, and Ma administers a shot. She tells her daughter that she doesn't look well, and her hair, which is not quite to her shoulders, is far too long. She says that maybe they should just cut it all off before it falls out. Ma says that the other kids will make fun of her because that's what they do. Jeannie needs to stay with her where it's safe. She kisses her daughter's forehead and tells her that she loves her before making her way down the hall and locking Jeannie upstairs.
So she basically said they're all going to laugh at you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
At the pub,
take a prom.
Yeah.
I don't know.
At the pub, Ma sits and waits for Ben. She slips into a flashback. The blonde girl puts lipstick on Sue-Ann and instructs her on how to fellatiate someone, as it is about to be her first time.
Now, I will say this. Because they were dissecting the pig earlier and all that, I said, she goes in this fucking closet and she kisses a pig.
I swear to God.
I was like, I'm going to fucking give this movie a 1. I don't give a shit. That's like, come on. Because this movie doesn't feel slapstick like that. It doesn't feel comedic like that to be able to pull something like that off. And if you're trying to do it serious, I don't feel like that's the route to go.
I thought it was going to be a pig as well. I literally said, I hope they don't have her kissing a pig.
Yeah.
I feel like this is too much.
It's way worse.
It is.
It's way
it
worse.
Is.
You needed something in the middle because this is way fucking.
Why don't
too much?
Why not
you
even this? Don't do it.
Have her making out with a person.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah.
This is like beyond.
Yeah.
But she tells Sue-Ann that she looks hot, and Sue-Ann smiles, saying, "Thanks, Mercedes. It's Mercedes."
Oh my God. Did you have it when she said, that's how surprised I was.
Oh my
God.
Oh, wow.
Did you have it when Mercedes said pow?
No.
Because Sue-Ann.
Yeah.
I've never been in that basement.
Yes.
Sue-Ann said that when she was getting ready earlier.
Yeah, she did.
So that's,
Yeah.
I like a reintegrated line.
Yeah, for sure.
And I also, I didn't think about it until now, but that's throughout the movie. There is no, do they even talk about sex, or is it just oral the whole time?
Just dome.
That's it?
Yeah, even when the kids were talking about it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's really weird.
He's looking at me very upset.
Well, because it doesn't need that nickname. We have...
Well, I mean, it's what's going on.
Eggs and fellatio.
Yes.
What happened next?
I've received a few DMs that everyone said they preferred that one.
Well, of course they did.
The eggs and fellatio?
Of course they did.
Wakey, eggs and...
Because I set myself up for failure. I should have never called for a vote. And I said it on the episode, and I'm like, I hope everybody hears this part, not the part before. And everybody's like, I vote for it. I was like, no!
So include the balls, right, with the eggs?
Oh, Jesus Christ. Nay, what the fuck happens next?
Move past.
Yeah. What happens next in the movie?
At the pub, Ma sits staring until Ben comes over and sits across from her. I did see, I think it was on one of the features on the Blu-ray, that Haley earlier when they go to party is wearing like a cheetah print shirt.
Okay.
And Ma is wearing one here.
Huh.
So I thought that like the costume like design, I thought that was really clever because she's like, oh, like, that's cool.
Yeah, people like that.
Consciously or subconsciously, But Ben apologizes for being late, saying that he was caught up at the office. Ma says that it's fine. He tells her that she looks lovely. The server comes over and Ben orders a drink. When Ma orders only a Diet Coke, he asks if she's really going to make him drink alone. I was like, did you see?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He saw his son's video.
Are you going to make me drink alone?
That's my line.
I'd be like,
Yeah.
Wouldn't you be?
Oh, yeah.
And honestly, I feel like he had to have. That must be a thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
She doesn't budge, though. He asks if she's kept in touch with anyone from school, but Ma says no. She runs into people once in a while, but she doesn't go to reunions or anything. Ben says that he went to the 10-year reunion, but none after that. His wife hated the whole experience. Ma offers her condolences because she heard that his wife passed. She shares that she was married years ago as well, but it didn't work out. If you're hoping with all these breadcrumbs that we've been getting about Ma's marriage that that's going to mean anything, just let that go right now because it doesn't.
I honestly thought it was going to come out that she killed her husband.
Something.
Yeah.
The last time I got drunk, it was really bad.
Exactly.
You know, we have these moments and it's nothing. I would like to know who Jeannie's dad is. I would like to know what happened to him. I would like to know why you're still wearing the ring. I would like to know a lot of things that I just don't get.
Absolutely nothing.
Nope.
Unless they're saving it for the sequel.
Ma 2 Electric Boogaloo.
Yeah.
She says that sometimes you want something so badly and then suddenly you just don't. Ben doesn't say anything to this, but he reaches into the pocket of his coat. He places a device on the table and asks if she knows what it is. She guesses that it's a taser and asks if he's really going to tase her for drinking a Diet Coke. It's not a taser, though. It's a tracking device. Ben says that he has them on all of his trucks and vans, including Andrew's.
I'm sorry, 2 things. One, could you imagine if he was going to tase her?
Like,
Yeah.
Drink an adult beverage or whatever. You can drink whatever you want, Sue Ann. You're terrible.
But you can drink whatever you
But
want.
you can drink whatever you want.
It's all right.
Given to
As
us
adult,
by the new founding fathers or whatever.
No, not that. Anything but that.
Yeah. No.
We hate those motherfuckers. Here's the thing, though, with Ben. So you only check these tracking devices once every 6 months, or
Yeah.
because
this has been going on for a little bit.
Yeah, and you've finally been like, you know what, maybe I should. And you're letting him borrow a company van. Is it an old company van?
Not only that, you've already been tipped off that he was out there drinking once.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's just like, oh, well, it's fine, I guess. Like,
Yeah.
he didn't get arrested. So, and then you just never check it. Like, I don't know.
It's weird.
It's
is.
weird. But the smile drops from Ma's face and Ben asks straight up, why the fuck is my son spending time at your house? Ma says that he needs to talk to Andy, but Ben says that he's talking to her right now. Ma laughs nervously and says that she doesn't know what he wants her to say. She asks if they can just not do this here, but Ben is not backing down. He says that he thinks she's trying to get back at him. They both know that she liked him and he didn't give her the time of day. He tells her that she's a loser. She always has been, and it's pathetic. Now, what we find out in a minute, if he thinks that she's trying to get back at him, it's not because she had a crush on him and he didn't have one on her.
Yeah.
It's a lot of convenient selective memories.
Yes.
Happening here.
You did something fucking horrific.
Yes.
And if you think that this woman is mad at you, there's a specific reason why she's mad at you. And it's not because of a crush that you didn't reciprocate. So it just feels weird.
It does.
And again, for the severity of what happened to her.
Yeah.
I kind of I feel a little bit of sympathy for her again.
That's the thing.
It makes it very difficult.
Yes.
But at this part of the movie, we don't know that yet.
No.
Right.
So I understand Ben, right?
Yeah.
I understand him being angry, but maybe don't insult the lady.
Yeah, you know
what I mean? Maybe
I'm upset that my kid's at your house.
Yeah.
And you're not telling me what the fuck is going on. That is upsetting.
Yes.
But you don't need to, you're a loser in high school. Like, you don't need to do any of that.
Yeah, maybe let's tone it down. Tone it down just a little bit, guys.
Yeah, that's
Are you feeling sorry for yourself where you should be? It's just not.
a big dirt bottle.
It's just so unnecessary.
I don't get why baby want a bottle. That's the meanest thing you can say. I just don't understand any of this because it changes everything once we realize what happened.
Yes.
Yeah.
But he says that she's pathetic. He downs his drink and slams the glass on the table, saying that some people never change. Looking at him, Ma agrees. No, they don't. Ben tells her that this is her one warning. If he finds out his son has been anywhere near her or her house, he won't call the police. He'll handle it himself. He throws cash on the table, grabs his coat, and leaves.
So, I mean, we kind of see, I guess, the sides that everybody's been talking about about him. So it's, I mean, all right.
Yeah. At the vet clinic, with the dog literally on the table, Ma Googles how to find a tracking device on your car. Dr. Brooks stops as she's walking by, telling Ma to put her phone down and shave the dog like she was supposed to. She does, turning on the clippers as Dr. Brooks eyes her. When she turns to file charts, Ma glares at her. In Andy's van, Maggie tells Andy that Jeannie is Ma's daughter and that she can walk. Again, she had to introduce Jeannie to Haley.
Yeah.
I don't think Andy, whatever. She was in the house whenever they were there partying. She says that Ma went to high school with their parents and has photos where she's pasted herself in with Erica, Ben, and Mercedes. Andy's like, pancreatic cancer is rough, man. He assumes, like she said, that the medicine is making her behave strangely. Maggie is in disbelief, but Andy says that his mom did weird things too before she passed away. Maggie apologizes for his mom, but delicately tells him that she doesn't think Ma has cancer at all. She posits that Ma was in love with Ben, and now she's in love with Andy. Andy's like, well, duh. Then he says that he's kidding. Well, sort of kidding.
I don't care for Andy very much.
Yeah.
Neither do I. And the fact, again, that Sue-Ann, when Andy's mom passed away from cancer, and Chaz's grandfather apparently had it as well, that's what she chose to use.
Yeah.
It makes that is so fucking disgusting. Like that, what she's doing is already fucking horrible, but that is just like icing.
It's
like,
an extra layer.
What the fuck? Maggie comes back home through the back door, not the front door in the living room, for the first time, because, this has to be a big reveal. She hears Erica talking in the living room with someone else, detailing her divorce. She walks over and presses her ear to the wall, and we see that Erica is talking with Ma. She tries to slink by, but Erica calls out to her, saying that she wants to introduce them. Ma stands and shakes Maggie's hand like she's never seen her before, and they say that it's nice to meet each other. Erica says that Ma works at the vet that Louie goes to, and she was just visiting to see how he was doing. She tells Maggie to come sit with them and reveals that Ma went to high school with her, Ben, and Mercedes.
Now, this was predictable. We already kind of seen this coming.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to take a second, and I wanted to ask you, because while I was watching this, I kind of figured, I was thinking whatever. I would much rather one of my kids blow up their own spot and tell on themselves and be like, no, I know who that is. That's a bad lady. Than them be like, oh, hi, ma'am.
Mm-hmm.
I've never met you before.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I'm gonna be pissed, but this being a problem takes precedent over your punishment.
Absolutely.
So we need to get rid of this problem and call the authorities, whatever we need to do to fix what's happening. But then you're fucked after. So
and Mom also, she's making her daughter sick and won't leave her let her leave her house.
Yeah.
Like, now the stakes are so high. You have someone that needs to be saved now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's why I feel like that whole addition of Jeannie just does not work for me.
No.
Because now you're still like going. I mean, and then I don't want to give anything away about later, but we're still partying.
Yeah.
Like,
it's bonkers.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
And can we just talk about the excuse here? It's strange enough that she's making house calls.
Yeah.
Like, Erica?
Yeah.
Thompson?
Well, and like you said, T, they've already done this.
Yeah.
They already met at the
That's
vet.
the problem. There should have been a moment of recognition there.
Yeah.
And then this meeting should have nothing to do with Louie. It's catching up.
Yeah.
Yes.
Done.
Ma asks where Maggie goes to school and that she knows how hard it is to make friends. Erica chimes in and says that she's proud of Maggie because she's already made some really nice friends. Ma jumps up, saying that she needs to get going. She apologizes for dropping by unannounced, but it's so easy to get attached to the animals. She says, there's probably something wrong with me.
That was for the trailer.
Yeah.
Erica thanks her for coming and throws her arms around her in a hug, inviting her to come back anytime. As she's being hugged, Ma eyes Maggie. On her way out the door, she tells Maggie to keep an eye on the dog for her. She leaves, glaring as she makes the walk from the house to her truck.
She's clearly hurt the dog of some kind.
That's the thing.
Like, that's what I was thinking. Right?
Yes. Back in the flashback, Sue-Ann finishes what she came into the closet to do. She stands up, asking Ben, who is shrouded in the shadows of the dark closet, if it was good. He tells her yes. She asks him if he's going to talk to her tomorrow, and he just suggests that they get out of the closet. As she steps out into the hallway, Ben is standing there among a huge group of kids. She's confused as she was just in the closet with him, but he says, "Surprise!" and everyone starts laughing. She turns back to the closet and sees flashback closet boy, played by Micah Joseph Graves, who says that it was awesome. Everyone continues to laugh, and Sue-Ann runs away, sobbing. This is fucking disgusting.
Yes.
This is awful. This is sexual assault. This is terrible. And this is what I read was added later.
What I had read in those articles was that whenever the film was originally written, it was literally just kind of a slasher where this lady has these kids coming to the house and she's like picking them off one by one.
Good.
But what they decided to do here is after Octavia Spencer joined, not only did they rewrite the character to better suit Octavia Spencer, but they rewrote the entire portion here to give motivation and an entire backstory. But I feel like they could have given a backstory without it being this.
Absolutely. Because I what I read was that it was to make her more sympathetic.
Right.
But you have her being predatory to these kids. You have her drugging her daughter, making her sick. You have her being so abusive in so many ways. And I don't know if the messaging is about, abuse begats abuse. I don't know what y'all are trying to say, but this is not the format to say it. And y'all know me, I do not shy away from serious topics in my horror. That is not a turnoff for me. That's not a no for me. This does not work for me. This just doesn't work here.
It is very weird to insert this here. Then the whole student body's there, the teachers and everything. It's like, what the fuck?
Teachers
I didn't see
I'm just saying. It's like the whole school's there.
It was.
What the fuck?
What class is this?
Yeah, it almost feels like it's a dream.
Yeah.
But I know it's supposed to be a flashback, but yeah, it was very hard for me to kind of get into this and be like, because it is horrible, but it's like, why did you add this?
All they really could have done, and I feel like it would have worked better thematically, is if they took her to a party, she got very drunk, and then they made her embarrass herself somehow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That works because now I have your children.
Yeah.
And I'm doing the same thing that you did to me.
Yeah.
And they have all the phones, all the social media.
Yeah.
She could ruin these kids' lives the same way that they ruined her life.
Exactly.
That's easier to connect. And then lose the daughter thing.
That doesn't work for me either.
No.
Yeah, and that actually that's a good idea. That works because now it's at the party they embarrassed her.
Exactly.
Oh, now at this party I'm going to embarrass your kid.
Yeah.
Done.
It works so much better.
Yeah.
This was just, I think.
And she stays sympathetic that way.
Yeah.
Don't hit on these kids.
Yes.
Either. What
That's
the fuck?
Yeah,
the thing.
please.
Your motivations are so muddy at this point because I understand that it's a revenge. That's the thing is y'all are between making her this predatory monster and making this a good for her movie. You can't do both.
No.
You can't have both.
Look at Freddy Krueger.
All right.
Child murderer.
Yes.
Everybody loves him.
Somehow.
That's true.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Somehow.
He's not caressing faces or doing weird shit.
Yeah.
I mean, he shouldn't be killing kids, but
No.
I mean,
He does use the B word a little too a little too
loosely.
loosely.
A little loose with that. No, but this obviously need to move on. But this just
yeah.
No, and for me, it kind of tanks it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my God. Like this, it's awful. It's just awful.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
I think you're right.
Because with the daughter, I was like, I'm kind of being lost. But this, I think, is where they completely lost me.
Yeah. But in present day, Ma speeds away from Erica's house in her truck. Mercedes is doing her daily run down the road. Ma revs her engine. As she approaches Mercedes, she swerves, intentionally hitting her and speeding away. Mercedes's body is left bloody in the road. Showing absolutely zero remorse, Ma cranks up September by Earth, Wind, and Fire. It's broad daylight as well.
Yeah. So, first of all, great song.
Yeah.
Amazing
I
song.
think we can all agree with that. But the thing, the tonal shift from the cold-blooded murder.
Yeah.
Do you remember? It's like it's very surprising.
Sure.
I mean,
Sure.
I was shocked.
Yeah.
But back at home, Maggie sits at her desk until she hears Louis whining. She heads outside with the flashlight to check on him, but only hears his barking in response. She finds him inside of a shed, sitting on a mattress, but she is horrified to find that he's bleeding. When she hears something behind her, she turns the flashlight into another yard, calling out, "Hello?" to a figure that stands there, even though it's fucking clearly Ma wearing the same fucking shit that she always wears. That was no one else.
No, it was clearly. I don't know what this is. And what we see as an application for this dog blood.
Yeah.
Is just about the craziest thing I've ever witnessed.
It was a bit ridiculous.
At the clinic, the lights turn off and Ma snatches up another vial of diazepam. The dogs bark in the kennels as Ma walks through them. But at the end of the room, bloody, eyes wide but unseeing, Dr. Brooks lays in one of the cages, dead.
I was very shocked to see that as well. So Sue-Ann's just killing everybody.
Yeah.
That's just what it is now.
Yeah.
That's excessive.
Yeah.
I think.
And we just saw her in the yard. Now she's like, it's like the editing is wild.
Yeah.
Back at home, they've brought Louis inside. Erica notes that his breathing is slow and he probably shouldn't be moved. She goes to call Ma, but Maggie stops her. She emphatically tells Erica not to call her. Erica wants to know why, and Maggie admits that she knows her. She's even been to her house. We cut to Ben pounding on Ma's door. I guess he's not been alerted that Mercedes was murdered. I mean, we just never talk, think, or hear about Mercedes again.
Okay, so we're talking broad daylight.
Yeah.
And then this is nighttime.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
What? Yeah.
That's a very, man. I'm just disappointed.
It's the back end of this where it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it doesn't make a lot of sense.
Time is confusing in this movie.
It is. It's a flat circle. But she opens the door and Ben demands to see his son because he knows that he's here. Ma says that no one is here but her and him. But Ben says that he knows he's here. He yells for his son to come out. But Ma hands him a tracking device, asking if he knows what it is. But when he's looking down at it, she stabs the syringe into his neck.
So she dexters him because he goes out immediately.
She does. Ben tries to put up a fight, but it's short-lived and he collapses against her and then falls to the floor.
So you want me to believe she looked up an article on a tracking device, programmed one to fit his signature tracking device to get him to get over there?
Or she somehow slid under Andy's van with nobody seeing and took his off of his van and brought it to her house.
In between talking to Erica, running over Mercedes,
killing Dr. Brooks.
Killing Dr. Brooks. And now you're back at home.
Stealing more diazepam and then going home.
Yes.
It's been a busy day. And
we've
Louis.
Seen her,
and hurting Louis and skulking around in yards.
Yes.
Woo!
Wow.
How does she do it? Right?
Yeah.
Back at their house, Erica tells Maggie that she is so disappointed in her. Maggie explains that they all wanted to go over there and she was afraid that if she didn't want to, they wouldn't be friends with her anymore. Erica angrily reminds her that she is only 16. Sneaking booze at prom is different than hanging out in this bitch's house while she's feeding everyone alcohol. She says that it's unacceptable. She picks up the phone to call Ben, but Maggie begs her to stop. She says that Andy is the most innocent one out of all of them.
Okay, two things.
Yeah.
Number one, this is the first instance of hearing their ages.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because this whole time I've been operating on the hope that they were all 18 years old because of everything that's happened.
Yeah.
They are not.
No.
Second of all, by what metric is Andy the most innocent?
Like, I know that's your man or whatever.
Yeah.
But let's be
Calm
real.
down.
He's offering to drive them around while they drink.
Yep.
He knows what's happening.
But he's not doing it himself. He's a hero.
No.
Whoa.
I don't know about all that.
Erica slams the phone down and tells Maggie to go to her room. She punishes her as she follows her down the hall. She's not going anywhere until summer break. She's not going to Sue-Ann's house. She's not going to Andy's van. She's not going wherever the fuck she thinks she wants to be going.
I think you're missing the point of what's going on here. Like, obviously some shit's been going on and is going on now. I think you need to talk to your child. Just, you know what I mean? Let's figure this out.
And again, why wouldn't you be like, Mom, no, I know I fucked up. I'm sorry. She's got somebody, her daughter is being held prisoner.
Yeah.
Like, why are you not saying any of that?
I think my thing as well is that is what it is. And it's, she's like, I don't care. You're grounded. Like, no, get to the house.
Yeah. Call the police. Like, do something. Like, that's why it really feels like the thing with Jeannie, it was like implanted later because it's like, we saw it and we're like, oh my God. And then we just forget about her until she's convenient to bring up again. It's just weird. But in Ma's bedroom, Ben wakes up tied to her bed. He is naked with the exception of a towel draped over his privates. Ma is sitting next to him, candles lit behind her. She holds up his phone and tells him not to worry because she let Andy know that he'll be out late. There's an IV stand next to the bed and a blood bag marked Louie.
So, are we turning him into a dog?
Yeah.
Is Ma's like, you're gonna wish you could take it all bark or whatever. Like, I don't know.
This is gonna be rough.
Like, I don't understand.
She trails the knife down his stomach and says that she's been thinking about what she wants to do to him. She pulls up the towel, asking if this is what he was going to show her in the closet. She grabs his penis and brings the knife to it, proposing that maybe she should cut it off. Ben struggles in vain, but Ma suddenly decides, maybe not, and drops the towel back down. I couldn't believe. I was surprised.
This is what I was saying when I feel like they're trying to push it to be an R-rated film.
Yeah.
Because this was very unnecessary.
I was like, peen? Like I wasn't expecting. I could have.
Yeah, I know. I guess one.
Can I have my flowers back?
I'm gonna give you one flower. Yeah. I'm only giving you one because you're negative flowers right now, and you know it.
So for me, this is kind of where, honestly, like, totally, and I hate saying it, but the movie,
you're gone.
Yeah, it stopped being any kind of fun. I think what's happening right now, and it is the back end of it, is everything's fitting into perfect. Everything's lining up too good. Ma's getting away with this. Ma's doing that. The murder. Nobody said anything about
it's just
Mercedes.
Going too fast.
What about her boss? Nobody said anything about that. There's nobody
too.
going in there. Nobody's checking. The doctor doesn't have family that's trying to get a hold of them. There's no, like, everything is happening too perfect right now for Ma, and there is no consequence.
That's fair.
For me, there's no tension. There is no reason for me to be afraid or to be like, oh, what's going to happen next? Because guess what? Ma's getting away with whatever the fuck she wants to. So in the next scene, she's going to get away with that too. So it doesn't feel as impactful because I know, oh, some other weird shit's going to happen next. There it is.
It's almost like you had said that or the closet sequence felt like a dream.
Yeah.
It's almost like this feels like a dream.
Yeah.
That she's just picking off these people that have been mean to her and nobody's doing anything about it.
It's like a revenge fantasy, and then like in a minute, Dr. Brooks is going to be like, get back to work. Quit daydreaming and get this dog shape.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah. But it's not.
It's just weird.
But Ma tells Ben that what he did to her, that humiliation, it never goes away. Ben asks her, please, but she just continues. She says it hit her. She's been thinking about this the wrong way. He treated her like a dog because that's what he is.
But she's like a supervillain. She's like, and dog you will become. And she flips a giant lever that she had. I don't know what. I tuned out at this point and started imagining my own movie.
There's a storm. It goes up in the sky.
It is. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's alive.
They're having to restrain him. Yeah. And they cut a line from it because it was 1931. Like, ooh, you can't say that. It's sacrilegious.
She administers the IV.
Now I know what it feels like to be a dog. All right, I'm done. I'm sorry, everybody.
She administers the IV, and once Ben realizes what's happening, he begs her, please. He says that he was just a kid, but she reminds him, so was I, motherfucker. She suddenly slits his wrist, and when he screams, she shoots him up again with the diazepam. He begins to drift off immediately as she watches. I'm sorry, I'm like trying not to laugh because in my mind, Ben's like, who's Louie?
That's so
He doesn't know who that is.
That's true.
Not at all.
Dude, he brought a pet to the place. Why can't it be his
His
pet?
own,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
What's that? And also, what was the point of that?
Of this?
Of the dog blood?
He's a dog.
But she never used
She's
it.
like, you got the wrong kind of blood in you, man.
let me fix
You
that.
need some caninus spiritus, my man.
And putting him to sleep, isn't that like doing him a favor?
Yeah.
I mean,
yes.
he's not going to suffer. He's just going to die.
I don't know.
She's like, oh, we're doing all of it.
I don't know what any of this is.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Erica comes into Maggie's room and tells her that she's off tomorrow, so Maggie's getting up early and running errands with her. Maggie doesn't say a word, but when Erica walks away saying her butt needs to be in the car at 8 a.m., Maggie flips her off behind her back and mutters that she's a bitch.
Dude.
She should be like, Mom, I know we have errands to run, but that girl is locked up
Yeah.
there. Like, no, I don't know.
Dude, and after everything you've done, don't go all teenagery.
Yeah.
No, you deserve
Yeah.
that's your punishment is running errands on a Saturday morning.
And you're
Yeah,
like,
no shit.
Yeah.
doing the finger?
Fuck.
That's unbelievable.
Erica goes to the liquor store and immediately runs into Ma. I don't know how she knew to find her here,
Yeah?
but she's here. Ma tries to tell her hello, but Erica just says that if she ever comes near her house or Maggie again, she's calling the police. Ma feigns ignorance, but Erica asks what kind of mother parties with high schoolers, so she knows that she has a child.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, so even, okay. All right.
I don't know, man.
I'm telling you right now. No, because it feels like, you know what it is? And I had watched a Chris Stuckman video on this film, and he had it exactly right. This needed a few more rewrites.
Yeah.
Because moments like this should not be happening.
No.
Yeah.
That, I totally forgot that she even said that.
It's
And
like, this is the finished. This was.
Yeah.
This
Mm-hmm.
This was available on the day?
Ma says that Erica's had a little too much coffee and tries to excuse herself, but Erica follows, the rows of bottles between them. She tells Ma to back the fuck off, and she makes it clear that she's not joking. I'm sorry. So she killed Mercedes,
Yes.
hurt Louie,
Mm-hmm.
killed Dr. Brooks,
Mm-hmm.
stole the diazepam,
Yes.
took Andy's tracker,
Mm-hmm.
lured Ben to her house, killed Ben, and now she's buying liquor.
Don't make her drink alone.
Yeah.
So this is the craziest shit I've ever seen.
And isn't she wearing her scrubs? Where's she working?
Yeah.
She is.
That's why I'm saying it. Everything just falls into place. It's like, there's no more suspense for me.
I don't.
It's like when you're in school and like the assignment's due and you're like, this is not where I want it to be. I'm just going to fucking send it and hope for the best. Like that's what, because it's getting confusing. It's like disjointed.
Like, C isn't going to kill me.
It's not going to kill my average. It'll be fine. But Ma says that she knows how to deal with Erica's type. Pretty, athletic, popular. But she recalls that Erica did move back home to sling cocktails. Erica reminds her that these are children. She asks what the fuck is wrong with her, but Ma asks her if it hurts to be on the outside looking in. She assures her that the view from the center is amazing. Erica finally steps up to her and tells her that she needs help. Ma says that it sounds like Erica is jealous of her. She says she always thought they had a connection, but Erica just threw it all away. She walks away. Muttering that Erica is an ungrateful bitch and to think that she took care of Mercedes for her. Without another word, Erica leaves the store. It's just dawning on me now that she never checked into this because we see her later and she's like, well, gotta get my errands done.
Yeah.
She's just like, oh, whatever.
I feel it would have been better if there was any kind of mention. Maybe it was in the newspaper.
Yeah.
A hit and run.
Literally anything.
And she's like, pieces it together.
Took care. Yeah.
But instead, she's like, what, did you take her to the casino? Or took care of her? You took her to Jackrabbit Slings?
Back at home, Maggie is on her laptop when she receives a text. It's a picture from Ma of a selfie with Andy. Their faces are pressed together and Ma is giving duck lips. It's followed by a video message of Ma in the middle of the party in her basement. She addresses Maggie directly, telling her that she's missing out. She pans the camera around to everyone partying and drinking, and she tells Maggie to look at who she found, and she shows Andy dancing behind her with a smile. Ma says, "He's mine now." She tucks her hair behind her ear to reveal that she's wearing Maggie's earrings, and she thanks her for them.
I just don't. What would possess Andy to even be there? What would possess Ma?
He gives a half-ass.
Yeah, it's bullshit.
It is.
But
it is.
after everything that Ma's already done, she's like, no, we need another party.
Yeah.
Tonight.
That's the thing.
That's unbelievable.
When did you... Well, Maggie has seen enough, and she sets it down and closes her laptop. She goes into Erica's room, and while she's sleeping, quietly picks up the car keys. She silently backs out of the driveway with the lights off.
Or hear me out. You have video evidence.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Let's show your mom.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get the cops.
But
check this out.
The energy that she goes with is like, no, he's my man. Like, that's how she goes in there.
Yeah.
Like, Ma's another 16-year-old. It's
you know, you're not actually competing, right?
Yeah. It's the craziest fucking, it's crazy. He told me he wouldn't go over there anymore. Like, that is what she's worried about.
I don't know.
And you know what? Let her have him.
Yeah, I guess. That's
you
fine.
deserve each other.
Yeah.
Maggie pulls up to Ma's house. As she gets out of the car, two people are leaving, talking to each other. One says that they don't know what's wrong with Ma, and the other agrees, like, yeah, she's weird, man.
Yeah. Like, it smells like ass in there, too.
Yeah.
Darrell was right. Maggie leaves her lights on and walks past Andy's van to the cellar doors. In the basement, Andy stands in a circle with his friends, drinking, the most innocent one out of all of them. Maggie grabs his shoulder and tells him that he's a fucking liar because he promised he wouldn't hang out here anymore. Andy harshly tells her that it's Chaz's birthday. He goes, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
I'm like...
Yeah, I was also, again...
Who are you?
Yeah, confused because earlier at the mall, when I told you not to go over there, you were cool with it.
Mm-hmm.
You were calm. You didn't raise your voice above like a decibel or some shit.
Yeah.
And then now you're squeaky voice mad because I'm asking you why you're here.
There's a deleted scene where they're making out while Erica is gone. And she's like, I got to get back inside because my mom, they're outside.
Okay.
And she's like, I have to get back inside because my mom's going to be home. She's grounded.
Yeah.
And she's like, what are you doing tonight? And Andy's like, well, it's Chaz's birthday, so whatever he wants to do. So I guess this was like, well, I told you it was his birthday. Like, but I don't know.
I just, his indignation.
Yeah.
He's
at
so
her
mad.
concern.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't get it. Dump him right now.
Literally.
Yeah.
He says that he didn't have a choice and that if he told her, she would have just been mad at him. She says that she thought he didn't drink, but he just breezes past this and says that Ma's trying to get everyone out because she only wants the original crew here. Ma watches smugly from the stairs. Haley runs over and hugs Maggie. She tells her that she's so beautiful before kissing her on the lips. Maggie asks what's wrong with her, and Haley just invites her to drink some of the punch that Ma made for Chaz's birthday. She's like, it's loaded with plutonium.
Yeah.
She's rubbing her own hands and face, and it's pretty clear that Ma has spiked the punch. Everyone is cheering and hugging, and when Andy tries to offer her a drink, Maggie says no. Everyone's here, but only our core group are feeling the effects of this punch. Everyone else is fine.
Okay. Because I was going to say, they said they wanted the core group, but I can spot some that don't belong.
of them.
Yeah.
Well, there is someone that hangs behind that I don't get.
Yes.
That doesn't.
You were not in the core
deserve
group.
to be there.
Yeah.
At all. You weren't even part of the group.
No.
Nope. They're making fun of you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you a friend of the director?
Somebody's kid. I mean, I don't know. Upstairs, Ma goes into Jeannie's room and tells her that it's time for bed. Jeannie asks for just another minute because what she's watching on her laptop isn't over. But Ma sternly tells her to turn it off. She tells Jeannie to open her mouth so she can place a pill inside. Jeannie obeys and takes it with a glass of water, presenting her open mouth to prove that she swallowed it. Jeannie says that she hears everyone downstairs. She can always hear them. But Ma ignores this, leaving the room and telling her again, Mommy loves you. She slams the door behind her. Downstairs, Ma closes the cellar door and locks it with a bar. Maggie notices the door close and rushes to it, but she can't open it. She goes to a window, but it's been nailed shut. Chaz suddenly drops the bottle that he's holding. It shatters to the ground and he collapses quickly after. I guess that only our group is still here. Everybody's cleared out.
For the most part.
Yeah.
Andy is passed out, sitting up against a wall, and Maggie tries to wake him, but it's no use. Darrell and Haley are passed out on the couch as well, and Maggie is the only one that remains conscious. She quietly heads upstairs and tries to leave out the front door, but it's locked as well. She hears someone quietly calling for help upstairs, and trying to save Jeannie, she heads that way. The voice continues to call out quietly, telling Ma where they are, but when Maggie enters Ma's bedroom, she finds Ben. He's still tied to the bed and the sheets are stained with blood. He's dead. She screams and Ma reveals herself, hiding behind the door. She quickly stabs Maggie in the neck with the syringe and Maggie immediately passes out. Erica wakes up at 7 a.m. when her alarm goes off. She starts to shower and calls out to Maggie. Again, no worry of Mercedes at all. We immediately cut to Maggie waking up, tied up in the basement.
So this is just foolish of me, but her calling her daughter's name and her daughter waking up, was that The Shining?
Yeah.
Do we really have to take a shot right now?
Yeah.
Wow.
For me, this didn't work because when I go in the morning, I get up and then I go use the bathroom. I check on the kids.
Yep.
Right.
I always look in on there. So you went about your whole full ass morning before even checking on your daughter.
Yep.
Just yelling her name.
Yeah.
No response, no snoring, no nothing.
And your car and your keys are gone too.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we don't notice that either.
No.
We haven't seen that yet.
And it's such a cliche in a film when somebody's having full on conversations like,
Yeah.
wow, Maggie, 2 eggs or one? You want bacon or sausage, sweetheart? And then, of course.
All right, bacon.
Yeah, I guess, wow, why aren't you answering me?
You're being really rude
You're
right now.
usually so excited about breakfast. You're a regular Walt Jr. And then, of course.
Whatever, Mag.
Oh, well, makes the whole breakfast. That's the thing. It's so annoying to me.
Yeah.
But Ma stands across the room and commends her, saying that she's something else because that much diazepam can knock out a Great Dane for 5 hours. After her shower, Erica continues to call out to Maggie, telling her that it's her day off and that they're doing this. In the basement, Maggie looks at her passed out friends on the couch, all of them with spiked collars around their necks, and notices that Ashley is pretending to be passed out in the chair. The only thing I can think of is that they cleared the party out and she just continued pretending to be asleep. But we've seen her drinking with them before. So that's already, the jig is up.
Yeah.
Like that's done.
So did we plant that seed earlier for this moment?
I hope not.
It had to be.
I hope not.
But then don't have her taking shots later.
Have her
Because they
still
did.
Still doing it.
Yeah. Because honestly, I thought that maybe she was just left there after she had something to drink. Because I'm like, well, she drinks now.
Yeah.
But no, we see in a minute that she's faking.
Yes.
When she peeks up at Maggie, Maggie silently urges her to go back to pretending to sleep. Standing in front of an ironing board with her back to them, Ma says that some people just fit right in effortlessly. She goes down to Chaz, who is still on the floor, and cuts his shirt off. She comments, perfect skin, perfect belly.
Wait, so Ashley hung out while all these kids got drugged?
Yeah,
and
what
fell out and then heard Ma drag them to be chained up and stuff. And she's
then
like,
now
what the fuck?
Maggie, should I leave or whatever?
That's unbelievable. And that makes
She's got
even less sense.
her sleeping cap on.
That's just, dude, I don't like it at all. At all.
But she caresses Chaz's stomach and tells him it must be nice. Most handsome. Without warning, she takes a hot iron and presses it into his stomach. This was pretty brutal, but considering what some other people have happened to them, burn my tummy.
Yeah.
I'll because fuck.
Yeah.
I don't know why she gets like jigsaw poetic with everyone.
Yeah.
It's like, and you talk too much. It's like, oh my God. This is
It
all-
was,
Ashley tries to run away now, but finds that she's also tied with the collar around her neck. Ma catches up to her quickly and bashes her in the head with the iron. Ashley passes out, for real.
And you like to sleep.
Good night.
Right. Your slumber is the problem.
You never know when it's time to wake up.
Will you wake up? Or will you, you know?
Yeah.
You guys know.
Yeah.
You've seen the Saw
We've all
film.
seen Saw. You know what I'm saying. But at home, Erica yells to Maggie that she's pissing her off. She finally goes down the hall to Maggie's room and finds that she is not there. In the basement, Ma goes to Haley, who she dubs most popular, born with the gift of gab. She recalls Haley saying that she needs a man and ventures that maybe this will shut her up for once. I gotta say, she holds on to shit like I do.
Yeah.
I need a man, huh, bitch? That was fucking weeks ago, but I remember. I don't forget. She takes a needle and thread, and Maggie watches in horror as Ma sews Haley's mouth shut.
It looks great.
It does. At home, Erica calls Stu and asks him to come over because Maggie is gone. In the basement, Ma finishes her grisly work. She asks Maggie if she knows how hard it is to know that everyone is having fun without you, without even wondering if you might want to join in. She says the hard part is when they don't even see you when you're standing right beside them. She tells Darrell that she's sorry, but they only have room for one of them. She takes white paint and slathers it over Darrell's face with a paintbrush.
So we hate Ma now, right? Like,
I
this
mean,
is weird. Too weird.
And the thing is, this whole Jigsaw monologue has nothing to do with what they did to her.
Yeah.
This is just about being an outsider and not being in with the cool kids. So this was, written before they added that in. Like, I don't... And then this part.
This part, for me, okay, so I read in a lot of interviews, they had asked Tate Taylor about the element of potential racial motivations for bullying Sue Ann when she was a kid. And he was kind of annoyed at the question. And then he even said that Octavia Spencer gets annoyed at the question. But then why are we doing this?
Yeah.
If it's not a part of the issue at all, then why is she doing this to Darrell? Because it's clearly part of the issue.
Yeah.
So then what's going on?
I don't know.
I just don't understand what this has to do. It doesn't. I guess it's just like y'all said earlier. It just doesn't do what they think it's doing.
No. Across the room, Andy quietly wakes up and he and Maggie lock eyes. He says, "Ma?" She immediately lights up and sets the paintbrush down, calling him darling. Andy asks if she's mad at them, and Ma goes over and helps him up. She hugs him and tells him that he smells good, just like his dad. She says it's like they're the only two people in the world. With realization, she lets go of him and says they're cutest couple, and that Andy is most charming. Andy, reading the room, tells Ma that he loves her and kisses her. Maggie watches in disgust as they start to make out.
Do you really believe he's fallen in love with Ma over the course of this? Because she's like, oh, I knew it. Like, you fucking motherfucker. That's why you kept coming here.
You deserve each other.
But it's clearly a ploy.
Yeah. When the kiss ends, Ma picks up a knife next to Chaz's birthday cake, and it did make me laugh that she got him a cake, and plunges it into Andy's stomach. When he collapses to the ground, she calls him a liar. Maggie asks why she's doing this and tells her that she needs help, but Ma descends on her with the knife. Suddenly, the doorbell rings. Ma tells her not to make one sound or she'll slit her throat.
Somebody in one of the articles pointed out that it was kind of interesting that both Hawkins feigned interest in Sue Ann.
Oh, that is interesting.
Yeah. So it's a little, it's something.
It's fucked up.
It is, very much.
When Ma opens the door, Officer Granger is there. They tell each other hello. Ma looks guilty as fuck. Downstairs, Maggie grunts as she tries to get out of her restraints. Officer Granger tells Ma that there are a lot of cups and bottles on her lawn, as well as some cars parked on the street. He asks her about this, and she feigns ignorance, saying that this must be some kind of prank, and how she's going to have to spend the whole day picking it all up. Maggie screams and bangs into furniture downstairs, and Officer Granger asks who's in the house with her. Jeannie comes up in her wheelchair and asks what's going on, and Ma immediately uses her as an excuse. She tells Officer Granger that Jeannie is very ill and he's keeping them from getting to a doctor's appointment. Granger apologizes to Jeannie and says that he hopes she feels better before promptly leaving. Right before he can, Maggie screams for help. Granger turns back around and Ma immediately shoots him in the chest twice and he falls dead. It's like he's never seen misery.
Yeah.
Again, right?
Yeah.
I was thinking like just as soon as this happened, I just went, all right. Like,
Sure.
This is where we're at. She
can do whatever she wants.
She fucking smelled the gun like Captain Spaulding. And then it was like, all right, I guess this is what it is.
No vest. Why?
Apparently not. See, that is honestly a great point because that should be like Scream, where he comes back
it should.
and saves the day.
Yeah.
Instead of anything having to do with what we have to do with.
Yeah. But we would be talking shit about Tate Taylor making himself the
that's
character
true.
that saves the day.
That's true.
But it's just, it again.
I think they don't like water.
It just goes back into she's doing whatever she wants. There is no consequence to it.
Yeah.
Okay, it just it for me it hurts anything that happens next because like of course she's gonna do that because nobody's stopping her. Of course this is gonna happen because nobody knows about the dead officer or Mercedes or Ben, or it's just like what?
After a certain point, it's just shit that's happening.
Yeah,
because there's no stakes anymore. There's no risk. There's no
and he was shot in
suspense.
He was shot in the chest. Can he call in? He didn't die immediately.
Yeah, he did.
Well, that's not.
Yes, he did.
All right. And by call in, I mean radio for backup.
Yes.
I'm not going to be. I won't be at work tomorrow.
I'm not gonna make that shit.
Something just came up. But Ma turns on Jeannie, telling her that she had to kill him because of her. Jeannie sobs, but says that this wasn't her fault. Ma pulls Jeannie from her chair and makes her help drag Granger inside. He leaves a streak of blood on the porch. Stu comes to pick up Erica, who says that she thinks Maggie is off of Highway 18. Stu gently assures Erica that they'll find her as they get into the car. Back in the basement, Ma reminds Maggie that she told her not to make a sound. She leads her by the collar to the yearbook that Ma has set up. She has posted their pictures over the pictures already there, proclaiming that they've been given the superlatives that she's been saying. Andy and Ma's faces are pasted over the people who won cutest couple. Ma, Haley, Chaz, Andy, and Darrell are smiling under Mayor's Youth Council. She lets Maggie loose under the instruction to put Chaz up against the couch, but warns her that if she tries anything, she'll kill all of them.
Mayor's Youth Council?
Yeah.
You never said that we were part of that.
All of us but me. Okay, cool. Got it. Thanks. Ma hoists Andy up against the couch next to Chaz and sits down between Haley and Darrell. Maggie asks where she's supposed to go, and Ma coldly tells her that she's not going to be in the picture. She's going to take it. She smooths her hair and drapes her arms over Haley and Darrell and tells Maggie to take the picture. When I went to log this on Letterboxd, this is the picture. This is the image that they have for the poster.
Yeah.
It is unacceptable.
I was like, fucking spoiler.
The actual poster is just Octavia Spencer's face. Use that.
Which is so much, it's better too.
Yeah.
Ma tells her to continue taking them as she cuddles up to everyone individually. She commends Maggie, good girl, but suddenly yanks the rope attached to her collar and throws it over a beam. She pulls it and hangs Maggie. Jeannie yells from upstairs that the officer is still moving, and Ma leaves to address this. I guess he didn't die immediately.
Or
maybe he did.
Yeah.
As soon as she opens the door, Jeannie hits her in the face with a pan, and Ma goes sprawling down the basement steps. They are lined with candles, and when she knocks one over, a fire starts immediately. Jeannie slams the door to the basement shut. Suddenly, this is when Haley, Darrell, and Chaz all wake up. They realize the situation that they're in, but with the collars anchoring them to their spots, they're powerless. I guess the plutonium has like a very specific shelf life of...
But I'm so confused as to why Haley was acting that way if she was given diazepam.
Because...
Yeah.
Oh,
Maybe she was also on E.
Okay.
Yeah.
She took that.
Okay.
I was gonna say because they weigh more than a Great Dane, but I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
But she's like feeling her hands.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she looked like she was on ecstasy.
All right. I don't know. What's
Or
going on.
Molly.
Ah. All right.
After a moment, Jeannie decides to run down and help. The fire is spreading, but Jeannie's able to get Maggie down. She gets to work disconnecting everyone from their ropes on their collars. Andy is even awake now, but everyone is free. I was like, this is happening. This is too easy.
Yeah.
She's like, Maggie's done. But like, she was just like fucking nailing it. There's no,
It's like getting all her combos.
yeah. She's got a streak. They bang on the window and the cellar doors, but they're still locked. Ma wakes up from the bottom of the stairs and grabs Jeannie. Erica and Stu appear just in time and open the cellar doors, the smoke from the fire billowing out. Everyone runs out except for Maggie, who asks Erica and Stu to help her with Andy. Ma still has a hold on Jeannie, and when Jeannie begs Maggie for help, Ma tells her that she's not going to help her. She's weak, just like her mother. She screams at Erica to tell Jeannie just how weak she was. Erica apologizes to Ma tearfully. She says that what happened to her never should have happened and she should have stopped it. Ma screams at her that she didn't stop it though. She pulls Jeannie deeper into the basement toward the fire. Erica screams at Ma that she's sorry and she didn't deserve it. But Ma continues to tell Jeannie that she loves her and it's time to go to sleep. Maggie spots the knife that Ma stabbed Andy with and snatches it up. She stabs Ma in her side. When she releases Jeannie as a result, Jeannie runs into Erica's arms. Maggie tells Ma that she's not weak and she's not her mother. I'll be like, hey, bitch.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, damn.
I'm busting my ass.
I saved your life.
Yeah, that too. Who got the basement open? That's
I'm
weird.
so weak. I'm so weak I can't open cellar doors.
Okay,
Let me just put it back.
I'm gonna shut it.
Yeah.
You tell
Let
me
me
how.
put this the way I found it. Show me how strong you are. She pulls the knife out and Mom marvels at the sight of her own blood. She screams her daughter's name and Erica yells at Maggie to come on as things start to explode in the basement. Outside, Stu rests Andy on the grass and everyone comforts each other. Ma calmly walks through the fire, I guess, up to the main floor of the house.
I said, what is she, Michael Myers?
Michael Mars. That's too much.
That's a hat on a hat.
Yeah.
What is she, Mawson? Right, guys?
That's enough.
Nay, what's next in your script? Let's go ahead and stay on book.
No more extra shit from you. She watches out the window as Erica hugs her daughter. Maggie cradles Andy and looks up to see Ma in the window. With the flames raging behind her, Maggie walks upstairs to the second floor. She stands over Ben's dead body and looks lovingly down at him before caressing his face. She climbs into bed with him and places a soft kiss on his cheek. She cuddles up to Ben as the fire encroaches on the bed. She can hear sirens in the distance, and we see the trucks rushing toward Ma's isolated and blazing house. It cuts to black, and Lookout Weekend plays as the credits roll. So before I close this out, the Blu-ray did have an alternate ending, and I wanted to talk about that very quickly. So in the alternate ending, the group is standing outside. So the group being Andy, Haley, Darrell, and Chaz are standing outside with Ashley.
So she's part of the crew now?
She's in the crew now. Haley has no visible scarring on her lips, but they're hanging out with Ashley and planning a party tonight. So they've not learned a lesson. Maggie and Jeannie come out of the school implying that they live together because Maggie's like, Mom's out of town, so we're on our own for dinner tonight. Okay.
All right.
So Andy, as Maggie and Jeannie are walking over to them, Andy goes,
Oh, God.
they declared Ma dead this morning, even though they never did find her body.
Oh.
Wait, what? How could they not?
No.
How could they not find her body?
So they invite Jeannie to the rock piles with them, and she says yes. At the rock piles, they're all drinking while we see someone snatching a vial of diazepam at the vet's office. Ma, who is bloodied and burned, is walking through the kennels She's also wearing a denim hat that says the word sexy on it. But
Okay.
she's walking through the kennels, and we linger on a shot of Dr. Brooks' body in the cage. So I think that's where that was supposed to go. So Ma 2, Electric Boogaloo, but they didn't. They didn't.
In all fairness, that makes way more sense with that murder, because why would you?
Yes.
Why would you murder Dr. Brooks?
Much better placement for when that reveal should have been. If this was the ending, makes way more sense. But that was the alternate ending.
All right.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So, as always, what did you guys think of Ma?
So I the first about 40 minutes of it were pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
After that, it kind of went downhill for me. It's got some weird stuff going on. I don't know. I don't want to say it's a bad movie, because it's not. Everybody's performance is good. I just struggle to, like I said, that for me, there was no tension. There was no suspense. I'm just here like, oh, okay, there she's doing that now. Oh, there goes that. All right. Like when she ran over Mercedes, I felt like that should have had way more of an impact.
Yes.
So you mean any impact?
Yeah. It did hurt the movie for me. Her trying to get fresh with the kids was not cool. I don't know what the fuck was going on with that. I don't know why she painted dude's face white. I don't know why she... I don't know why she was keeping her kid sick. I don't know what, like, it was very weird. Again, just snatch these kids, kill them, and then you have a new piece of jewelry signifying a trophy, whatever. You still partying, I'm still Ma, whatever, you know. Again, you're covering your tracks. Kids are gonna stick up for you if they're like anything funny going on. No, Ma's so great, and that's why the kids are not thinking it, because they're trying to protect their spot. It's just very weird. I mean, I don't know. It was okay.
I mean, I respect your using of the word okay.
I'm trying, man.
I know. And I will say I had a blast talking about it.
Oh, absolutely.
So I do want to thank everyone on Patreon for picking this one.
Yeah.
Because it was a ton of fun to talk about. And if you enjoy this film a lot, I love that for you.
Yeah.
I can see what is enjoyable. That's the thing, is it's not like you watch this and you're like, that was a piece of shit or whatever.
No.
It's not.
No. I think I just kept getting annoyed because I feel like the film is getting in its own way.
It is.
Because we literally have like the easiest story here of just revenge from the past. So why are we bringing this daughter into it with Jeannie? Why are we making her creepy with the kids?
Yeah.
Like, just make it about flat out revenge. Make her somewhat more sympathetic character. And I mean, maybe just don't miss so many opportunities, because you literally have Octavia Spencer, man.
Yeah.
Don't waste her time.
She can do anything.
Yeah.
And that's the other thing, is that it's well acted.
Yeah.
And so you're like, why, if it just had a tighter script, all these extra things that you want to do, you don't have to do them.
Yeah. I think that's where it went wrong for me, is you're throwing too much shit in the pot. And you had something, you overdid it. I don't know how else to explain it.
Too much of the dice move.
too much dice move. Too much daughter. Too much. It's just too much. Because when you have all of those spinning plates, something's not going to get tended to. When things were added in afterward, there's going to be shit that's not fleshed out. So I think that was the problem. We have these breadcrumbs about a husband that we know nothing about. We have the daughter that was at school 1 minute, out of school forever the next. We don't know if this took place over 6 months or 6 days. I mean, like, it's confusing. And after a certain point, it just gets a little sloppy. It's like, no, we need more bodies. Okay, run her over. Okay, Dr. Brooks. Okay, Ben. I mean, it's just, it's sloppy.
But when you think about it, when Ma has killed 3 people and then she's going to the grocery store, still going to work somehow. Also, throwing a party.
Yep.
So, I mean,
she's a busy woman.
Yeah.
She's a modern babe in a modern world.
The pacing.
Yeah. It's flawed. But I guess we can go into ratings. I'm really, really, really torn because Octavia Spencer is great.
Mm-hmm.
And she takes this role and she makes her, I'll say that I feel like Ma, Sue-Ann, is a fleshed out character.
Yeah.
I think that what she does with her is really interesting. I don't like all of the, the predatory shit that they have her doing, but the character that Octavia Spencer embodies is really great. Even the teens, their performances were good. There's Juliette Lewis, of course. You can't be like, oh, that's terrible, because it's not. I think that's what's so disappointing is you had something really, really great. You have a really good cast. You just you fumbled the ball.
Yeah.
I'm really torn. I came to the table with the rating, but talking about it, I feel like it should be lower now.
Wow.
But there's just so many holes, and that last act, man, it's kind of a mess.
It is.
I'm gonna leave it where it is though, and just give the extra, probably half point to Octavia because she deserves it. She really brought it. More than the film deserved, I think.
Yeah.
But again, this is not, it's not terrible. It just has problems.
Yeah.
I think, like you said, one more rewrite, a couple more rewrites, trim a little bit of fat, flesh a couple things out. And this would have been great. This would have been really fucking cool.
Yeah.
And have things make logical sense.
Yeah.
When we have Erica meeting Sue-Ann at the vet, why aren't we having any recognition? Why aren't we taking some of the guilt home with us for Maggie to see? Because we saw Sue-Ann today.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you're remembering.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it just doesn't make any sense.
It really doesn't, because you can tell that piece was added on after.
Yeah.
Because nobody references that. Nothing.
Yeah.
Like, oh, because you had a crush on me? No. Because you orchestrated my assault.
Yeah.
Like, why is nobody... It was tacked on, and the rest of the film tells me that it was tacked on.
Yeah.
But Octavia Spencer,
The one positive we can all agree on.
Yes. You know what? Even talking about that kind of makes me a little bit mad, because y'all really just tacked that on for like a ploy almost. I don't know. I don't like that. I don't like that they did that.
Well, even I Know What You Did Last Summer, they kept like, oh, we did something bad. Shut up, don't talk about it.
Yeah,
like,
they carried guilt with them.
Yeah.
And they didn't have to look Ben Willis in the face when they dropped their dog off.
Yeah.
Honestly, what would work even better is if they all already lived here and Sue-Ann moved back into town.
Yeah.
And maybe they are like... not conspiracy, but they're like, we did something horrible to this woman.
She worked on a boat.
Yeah. And she wore a slicker.
Well, yeah.
She had a son named
Ben. Well, no, she's Ben.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. I meant to say she's wearing a slicker that everybody else seems to have for some reason.
Yeah, everyone.
Just for one scene. But no, I think that might
son
work
named
better.
Will.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you. It's like, what is this guy's name?
Ben.
I forgot. Yeah.
The worst line ever.
Yeah.
Oh no, the best line ever.
Yeah.
No,
I don't know.
Quit stalling on your rating.
I haven't. Hey, wasn't that great? I Know What You Did Last Summer. Let's talk about that one.
We have.
No more twirling.
Extensively.
Yes.
All right. I don't know about that extra half point now, because that is pretty upsetting. So on a scale from 1 to 10 problematic parties, I am going to give Ma, with a little bit of love, because this isn't horrible and I can see the potential, but you just did not come to class prepared, and I can't give you a passing grade if you didn't come to class prepared. So I'm going to give Ma 5.5 problematic parties out of 10.
All right.
This was not awful, as I've said numerous times, but the fact that you really had a gem here and you have Octavia Spencer who did the damn work, it's so disappointing that this is what y'all put in front of us.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
But I will now open up the floor.
Wow, that makes me kind of feel like I have a score that's too high now.
Oh, wow.
The ending song, I will say that I wanted to give the movie a full point for that ending song, the credit song, because my older brother used to listen to that all the time when I was a kid, and I loved the shit out of that song. But really, sitting here, I did have a lot of fun as well talking about it, and and you're right, it's not a bad movie at all. The performances are great. I mean, the movie looks fine. There's nothing. It is just the way that it's carried, and it's very weird. And I like I said, it was. There was a point. I think it was about the last 20 minutes of the movie. I really was. I hate to say that I was struggling with it, but I paused the movie for a good 5 minutes to hype myself up to finish the movie. And I don't mean I don't mean it like I think what it was like I said, everything kept lining up too perfect and too quick. Nothing felt like it mattered. Nothing felt like it was impactful. So that whole time I'm like, okay, so we're just going to finish out the movie with her, getting her revenge, or you know what I mean? So it doesn't leave a lot to the imagination when everything that she wants to do is already happening.
Yeah.
So, and there is no consequence for it. So now it's just, well, what is she going to do next? Oh, that's okay. So who's on your list now? Instead of there being some kind of chase or some kind of worry, she's never worried.
No.
She shoots the cops and then she's like, help me clean up this mess. Are you fucking kidding?
She's like, I've killed 4 people already.
Yeah. Nothing's going to happen. It's fine.
And I just left them there. So. And nothing happened.
It did. For me, it didn't help. I don't know, it kind of weighed the movie down for me. But I will agree, if you've never seen it, I'd at least say give it a shot.
Yeah.
Watch the movie, give it a chance, see what you think. And you're right. There is a lot of things that I can see why people would like this movie.
For sure.
But for me, there's just a lot of things that just didn't work for me. So I didn't like the movie as much. Now, I think I'm going to go ahead and rip off you because I did say that I wanted to give the movie a full ass point for the ending song, but is that really enough to save what happened in those last 20 minutes?
Right.
So I think for me as well, on a scale of 1 to 10 problematic parties, I'm gonna give Ma a 5.5. I had it at a 6, but remember, that full point was for the song. But again, thinking about it, is that really enough for me to just jam out at the end, those last 2-3 minutes, and you know what I mean? It's like, nah, it's not.
I think the song meant so much to you because you were struggling so much at the end.
Yeah, and it was like, here you go. Like, yes!
Thank you. For me, I mean, and I agree with you 100%. That's one thing that always bothers me about social media, I guess, is when people are like, oh, I hated that movie. Don't watch it.
Yeah.
Watch it.
No, watch it.
Yeah, watch it.
Yeah.
Form your own opinion. You tell me what you think. If we disagree, we'll talk about it.
Yeah.
That's always an interesting conversation.
Yeah, especially when two people have such opposing views on a movie.
Mm-hmm.
You tell me what you liked about it. Maybe I'll see.
Yeah.
Things that I didn't see. That's why is that gatekeeping? What is that? Is that just being a dick? When people are like, don't watch it.
Oh, I was like, no. I thought you were talking about what
no.
Yeah, I mean, kind of.
I think it's just being an ass.
It's being a dick.
You know, because I feel like that's part of the fun. You go watch it. You come back with your opinion. We can have a discussion, and maybe you can sway me or I can sway you on it. You know what I mean? And then we can both either think the same thing or continue to agree to disagree. And then still be friends and still have a friendly conversation about it.
Yeah, either way.
Yeah, the problem arises, and we've talked about this many times before on the show, is when I didn't like this, and if you like it, you're stupid. If you like it, then you're not a real horror fan. If you don't like this, you're not a real horror fan. That's the gatekeeping.
Okay. Yeah.
That's when you get to a point where it's like, okay, the discourse is not even fun. Like, it's not even fun to talk about this with you.
And who the fuck made you the arbiter of what
literally
a horror fan is? All I'm saying is that if you gave this movie a 10, I love you.
Yeah, no, that's fine too.
If you gave it a 1,
if you gave it a 1, I love you too.
Yeah.
And I'm happy for everyone. All right. But for me, here's the thing. I think that one thing that really hurts this film for me is that there is, for me, no rewatch value. Because all that's going to happen if I watch it again is get annoyed and disappointed because of the promise of the premise.
Yeah.
And how good it could have been for me. But it wasn't for me. I just want to make sure everybody understands.
I think you've established.
Yeah.
But
it sounds like you're pressing a button.
It sounds exactly the same every time for me.
For me.
The thing is that I haven't come down very harsh on a movie like this in a while.
Yeah.
For me.
Yeah.
And so it feels weird for me. No, my button's stuck. No, but the thing is that, you know, I've gone on about the negatives enough. Positively, Octavia Spencer's great. She gives the character more than necessary.
Yeah.
And makes it to where you do feel things for this character, and you do kind of have, at some points, conflicting emotions.
Yeah.
And it's all because of her performance. Juliette Lewis.
Yeah.
Always, yeah.
Love Juliette Lewis. And when you think about the idea alone, even if it's referencing a lot of other films that, in my view, for me, did it better,
Yeah.
I think that what we have here is an idea that is pretty interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
But it's just not for me. So for me, that was already
You're cut off.
but that was already programmed. That's what I always say. On a scale from 1 to 10, problematic parties, I'm gonna give Ma 4.5 problematic parties out of 10. I just, wasn't
Wasn't it?
Yeah.
it
For you.
me?
Yeah.
Well, that's all from us at Podmortem. What would you rate Ma, and what should we watch next? Let us know on Twitter at the Podmortem. Be sure to follow us on Instagram and like us on Facebook. Be sure to follow each of us on Twitter at Blood and Smoke, at RealStreeter84, and at TravisMWH. Please consider pledging to our Patreon and stay tuned until after the music for a special shout out to our Wendigo Getter patrons. And remember, be wary of the intentions of others. If an arrangement seems too good to be true, it probably is. Until next time. Thank you for staying tuned for our thank you to our Wendigo Getter patrons.
Yeah.
Woo!
Hey, look at y'all.
Yeah.
We pointed at each other.
I was going to out you.
I had to.
Picked up the collar and everything.
A special thank you to
Chris Ontiveros, Kristen Lofton, Megan Martinez, Kimberly Bass, Sophie Hodson, Anthony Jerome M., Jordan Nash, Kent Morton, Lala Thomas, Travis and Nisa Hunter, Miguel Myers ATX, Jennifer Perez, Allison O'Neill, Carissa, TJ and Angie Bronson, Gabrielle Trevino, Spooky Mom, Andy Teague, Applin Ontiveros, Karima Rhodes, Antonio Huerta, Kimberly Kleindienst, Will Brown, Sydney Smith, Osvaldo Soto, Bobby Holmes, Donna Eason, JD Rizak, Molly Gerhardt, Armand Spasto, Aaron Aguirre, Eggy, William Barry, Brittany Ramatar, Charity Oxner, Amanda Six, Mandy Rainwater, Eden, Jordan Roberts, Dylan, Melissa Sierra, Holly Bryan, Jordan Blevins, Liz Heath, Spencer Montalvo, Pancake the Panda, John Ramos, Michael Newting, Alexis Roberts, Dan Laveau,
Itzy M., Gary Horton, Leisha Olivier, Kate Lamp, Carlos and Sydney, Jessica Hunter, Helena Rudder, Alan Johnston, Mariah, Livy Fun, Mandy M., Scott Troutman Wise, Towton Watson, Mozzie Bear, Brittany G., Dave Burke, Adrian Stakes, Nick Spill, Emma Hagel Kissinger, Valerie G., Emiliana, Brian Glass, CB, Maya Noches, Taylor Santana, Will Lewison, Angelique, Smelly Poo Poo Head, Beth Bauer, Ben Coons, Cookie, Esperanza J., Jason Kyle OKC, Joshua Rumley, Danielle Peralta, Hannah R., Brandon, Nicholas Carter, Sawyer Reese Farr, Dr. Diva Loves Horror, Girl That's Scary, M. Fryback, Cassandra, Andrea Simmons, Ashley Higuera, William Rush, Ryan Brom, Megan Ochoa, Laura Lassiter,
Natalie de Guzman, Eileen O., Marissa E., Sydney, Henry F., Megan M., Christy Beck, Nancy and Andy, Amanda Lopez, Cody Graves, Andy Terrell, Jason Hanovan, ML Tafoya, Abigail Spitzer, Katie K., Erica Morin, Cameron S., Nicole Stewart, Tris Wynn, K.87, Mariah Jensen, Carrie A., Lonnie Lono, Powell, Kayla E., Maggie H., Fernando Dominguez, and Murder Stina.
Woo!
Wow.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. We really appreciate it.
Yes, and especially thank you for not making us drink alone. We're drinking coffee.
Yeah.
Until next time.